So let me know exactly what you want me to promote. Please don't make it a Fansly link. That would be really good for what we currently went through, right? To not have it be a Fansly.
What are you talking about?
What do you have against
None of us have
Fansly?
What you go through?
Speak for
Literally
yourself.
none of us have
Oh,
Fansly.
well, never mind.
Did
I
your
feel creepy
Fansly
for knowing
work
this.
out?
Hello?
Hello.
Officer,
Hello.
doctor, medic.
Yeah,
Talking
I'm
to me?
also just like getting everybody's audio set. So
Hello.
that's like another thing. But
Holy shit, Smeth really is black.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
where,
we got
where are the women?
They'll be here. Okay, scumbag.
Okay,
All right,
I get
just
called
like,
a woman every other day. I don't get called black, but I do get called a woman.
You don't look like a woman. How do you
Well,
get
I would
called?
agree. I would agree. I would agree to
You
that.
look more black than you like a woman.
Do I?
No.
Why?
Yeah, you could be. Well, you could be like Logic. You could always go the Logic route. I'm 20% black.
I'm 0% black, but I'm black.
You ain't black.
What?
Isn't everybody some percent black? Or
Isn't
African
everybody
Europe.
some percent Mongolian?
Only Chinese people.
Isn't the Mongolians the one that lost the Homo sapiens or something?
I thought they won like they like took over. They fucking like they took over the invasion. What's that leader's name? Genghis Khan.
The Gulf War. Wait.
Didn't he like
Never mind.
fuck everywhere? They literally fucked all of like Eurasia.
Yeah.
I fucked Eurasia.
ooh.
Isn't that?
I fucked Uranus.
Oh,
That was bad.
All right, we're stepping it up. I'm making coffee.
that subverted my expectations.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which
Wow,
one of
dude,
you
I
is
love
my friend?
orange
Which
juice
one of
and-
you is supposed to be my... I'm friends with Evil Fossil. I don't know any of the rest of you.
I'm only friends with Martin and Rezzy.
You're not-
Earthly's
I don't have
my
any
Why are you not
henchman.
friends with
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
any.
Earthly's my henchman.
No,
He's
I
not a
am
friend.
Scumbag's henchman.
Earthly's
It's like
my
a form of
shooter.
reparations we have where like I do like petty crimes
Yes.
for him,
Yes.
and I use like the shield of my white privilege.
Like voluntary slavery.
Yeah.
Well, I already have 2 or 3 slaves. They're white.
Okay.
Yeah?
Uh,
Are your slaves your friends though?
They are. Well, Ride and Ancom. Yeah, they are my friends.
Yeah. It's
Ride,
kind of like
you
the
think Ride's
relationship
your
between
slave?
like a pimp and like a prostitute, you know? Like it's not like the best thing in the world, but it's like it's not the stereotype that people have in their heads. Like people think like, oh, you're like slapping around. Like, no, we do shit for each other, you know? We
Yeah, how do
wouldn't
you
be
treat
where
your
we are without
prostitutes?
each other.
Between a pimp and a prostitute?
How do y'all prefer to treat your prostitutes?
I don't buy prostitutes.
Yeah,
Why
I
would
don't
you
buy
pay?
them.
No, you
Why
don't
would you
buy
pay?
them.
Why would you pay when you
I
could
tell them
you,
that they're
you could
pretty women.
you
Generally
could
speaking.
riz? Why pay when
Yeah.
you could riz? Why pay when you could riz?
What a
flat out.
virgin! What a virgin take.
Hey,
What a
Rez?
virgin take.
What's a virgin take? Step up,
Why
you little
didn't-
man.
Rez.
Step up, evil fossil. No,
What's
no.
a virgin take?
Let me battle evil
What's
fossil.
a virgin take?
Go ahead, do your thing. Like
Where's the virgin take? Tell me.
bro.
Tell me.
I'm-
Tell me where.
I can riz.
Yeah,
Why
don't you
save
riz?
money when I can make money? Why save money when I can make money?
No.
Why pay money when I could riz? It's the
He's
He's
same
just saying
fucking
it's better. It's better when
breast-filled
she's
bullshit.
if a girl
No,
wants
it
to
ain't
fuck you.
better in no
It is better when the
situation.
stripper's
It
crying.
ain't better in no situation. It's whatever it is for the people you doing it with.
Well, I think
Fuck
consent
outta
is
here.
better. Consent is better than non-consent.
We'll get out of here with this fucking with this copium relationship knowledge bullshit.
I think even physiologically I don't know the difference, but I'm confident saying that not raping is better than raping.
Prove
and
it.
I think
True.
that a prostitute you're raping her at least to some extent.
Not really.
No.
Well, it depends. It depends what kind of Well, it really depends, right? Like that. I don't think you buying a prostitute is the same thing as rape. That's a little.
It just
extreme.
makes the consent weird.
Well, they're
You've been hanging out with
consenting if
Lob
you
too much,
pay.
bro. Get it
I
together.
feel like you're speaking off of experience right now, Smith. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so confused. Wait,
Yeah, I listen to women.
the Smeth derail is crazy.
Oh, that's
that
terrible.
Was that literally just stun locked me.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I have to make another mana potion after that one.
That is Earthly. What are you drinking tonight?
I'll make another one in a second, and then I'll give like the full breakdown.
I think OF girls are pretty pog champ.
Sure.
Yeah, I fuck with OF girls. Like they're kind of getting their bag.
Like odd future girls.
They're getting their money
Yeah.
up. Yeah, the odd future girls go crazy.
Yeah, that. Fuck, I really need another one of these.
Yeah, you did.
Alcohol in that?
Almost here.
Because God didn't consent. True.
All right. I'm gonna grab my ingredients and I'll make the next one here and now.
Oh.
Yo, Evil Fossil, who do you main? I can't see.
These nuts.
Okay. Good combo.
All right. I think that's that. What else do I need to do?
I'm getting you my links. Hold on.
Yeah. Give me your links, because then like I can like actually just make like a cast thing and whatever, and we just add people to it. It makes life 1,000% easier.
Can you just instead of linking my if I message, can you just link Tailspin?
Yes, I can link. Yes, Scumbag. If you want me to link Tailspin stream,
thank you. I love Tailspin.
Are LinkedIn links okay?
LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Sure, dude. Why the fuck not? Okay, go the fuck ahead. Like sure. Whatever you want to promote.
Bro.
You want to promote yourself to like recruiters? By all fucking means, do your life. I literally don't care. All right. It's like people want to find you. You know what it is. Okay. You know how it do.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
Smith, do you ever get like worried? I get like that you're gonna like show some weird shit on like your screen when you have your camera like that.
I used to a little bit, but not really.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I could never do that because I just be getting like bored on like podcasts, and like I'll just start looking at like not even like some boobs I want to see for like a sexual reason, but like just some boobs, you know.
All right, I'm zooming in. It's boob time.
Like top 10 like mammogram fails.
The whole point of
I have a ton
prostitution
of breast
is that
cancer.
it could somehow go south.
YouTube.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's why it's exciting. Is it could go south at any moment.
Nah. That's with regular women. Nah.
Wait, what?
Yo.
Like that shit is I don't know what's wrong with motherfuckers, bro. What's that got to do with the sex game, bro? With the oldest profession in the world. What the fuck is wrong with niggas?
All right.
That shit is alive and kicking.
So who here does porn? Or
I've made porn. I haven't been making it lately, but
there are a couple ways you could say I technically have, but I've never like. When I think of like people who have like done porn, like I think I've taken it a little further than I ever have.
Oh, so Girthly wasn't like porn to you, like just
Kinda. I guess for me, like the reason Girthly wasn't porn was because like it wasn't like a sex act. Like none of the stuff I ever put on that Twitter account were sex acts.
Okay.
And then other than that, like anytime that I've filmed any sex act, it's never been public.
Wait, if taking your hard cock and knocking stuff off a table isn't a sex act, what's a sex act?
Yeah, I think this guy's a moron. I think this guy's a moron, whatever the hell his name is.
I'm not a moron.
I think you're a moron.
Very like no, you're just being like very
dick strength training.
Yeah, that's really
exactly.
That's just monk training, bro. He's trying to train his penis to not take pain.
Like I work a blue collar fucking job. I never know when like a panel of like drape is gonna like fall in just
ever
right
see
way.
those
Where I can
monks
save a
with the
child by like
100
getting
pound
erect really
weights
quickly and like
on their
catching
nut
it.
sacks? On their nut sacks, they're training their nuts to withstand damage. Bro,
I saw a guy pull
I
a.
think it's
Save
time
a
for my
child like that personally.
multifaceted dick salvo idea. This is a perfect time for my multifaceted dick salvo. I tested it in LabLoon server. I made myriad dick facades, right? They're all meant to not be sexual. I spammed them and they just creeped them out, and it got me it got all deleted. Unlike porn you wouldn't delete, right?
What? Wait, dick salvo? What? Wait, what?
So it was a multifaceted dick salvo, right? There was myriad dicks. There was karate dicks. There was art of war dicks.
Mhm.
There was therapy dicks. There was high speed dick. So I had multiple different dick POV videos, and honestly, I'm gonna put them on Kick. I think I could get away with it on Kick. It'd be nice to have like a whole page full of dicks. I honestly wanted to put it on Pornhub or some porn website because it's not gay and it's not sexual. It's just dicks. So they should be able to be on the front page. There's no reason why those dicks wouldn't be on the front page. But then I'd probably get like an assassin or somebody, an Agent S gonna come in me because I'm fucking with niggas' money. So you tell me.
What?
I feel like I just got flashbanged with ideals.
I remember the dick salvo. Eva was asking me to back him up, but I didn't know when he was gonna do it, so he did it, and I didn't back him up with the dick salvo.
Yeah, it was no harm done, son. It's a timed event. You just got to be able.
How many did you get the post? That's the real question.
They got him.
You gotta get lunch now, right? Like the nukes gotta go when the nukes gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hey Rez, why didn't you say anything about my haircut?
I didn't really have to say anything about it.
You should have complimented me. It was really
not
rude.
just
that we
your
haven't seen
regular
each other in a
haircut?
while.
No, that's not part of what friendship
this is
is
new.
to me. So
Yeah, well, that's because
not a part of friendship.
Someone in
You're
my chat
evil.
just said, "Thank God a woman is
You're
finally
only
here."
Like, why would I try to like compliment you? I'm not trying to fuck you anymore.
Oh wait, you only compliment people if you're trying to fuck them?
Thank God.
I'm skipping over the anymore part. Like I feel like the more
That's an
interesting.
interesting way of
Is that not what
complimenting
everybody
people.
does?
Okay, all right, all right. I'm fucking okay. Anyways, all right, we're getting this started. So welcome, one and all, to Res TV Podcast, episode 7. Fuck, I didn't start the YouTube. All right, that and. We're good. Welcome, one and all, to the Res TV Podcast, episode 7, Friendship, where I guess we're talking about dick sizes, race realism, and a myriad of other topics. But the main topic is, what is a friend? And we're just going to go from there, and whatever you guys want to talk about, go ahead. It'll be super fun. But let's introduce everybody first. Starting with Death by Chimp. What do you guys say?
Can I ask for something to be added if we're gonna have friendship? I would like this to be kind of a composite. It's a competition. So I would like you to lay out how many friends, or if you don't care about how many friends, how long of a friendship you have. Just to like give a basis.
How long of a friendship have I had?
Yeah.
Like 20 years. Anyway, you can call me Joe if you want, still a mouthful. But I just stumbled upon this right before it started, so I'm here to chill.
And how many friends?
How many? Like maybe 3. I don't know. I don't consider like anybody a friend really.
Okay.
I think the word's very overused.
Cool.
Okay. How long? I mean, I guess we already did the how long. What do you think it means to be a friend with somebody?
Well, you really got to you can't just say you're friends if somebody that like you just hang out with or have stuff in common with or talk to every now and then. You have to actually go out of your way to like make it work. Much like a romantic relationship, but just platonically. It's kind of got to be an actual give and take. There have to be compromises made. That's kind of one of the reasons I think online stuff fails so hard is because there's one disagreement and there's just a giant bridge burning, shit throwing fest.
All right.
But that's just off top, man. I don't know.
Interesting initial cook. Evil Fossil, you're up next. How many friends do you have?
Right now, that question, I would say definitively 3. I'll have definitively 3 people I could call friends. I have multiple different like I use companions, I use associates. Like I actually label most people in my life. So if I have 3 friends, that don't mean that those are the only people I'm amicable with. That's just what I consider friends. So I do have a deep definition of what friend is, and my longest friendship was I'd say 20 years too. Those friends I don't have anymore though. And that's why, through that process, I learned deeply what it meant to be a friend and what it meant to for people to show up in your life, or for that time isn't really the most imperative factor to something like friendship. So when it comes to, friends today, I would say that online, yeah, I agree, it is used too much. And I also believe that it's like misunderstood, like what a friend is. And it also gets misconstrued with like sending a friend request, right? Like using it in that kind of context instead of like assigning a label generally get confuses the title a label on the internet.
All right. Working on the degrees of friendship arc there, which I think will be interesting. New York Torontos, how's it going? Martin.
Oh, hello.
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How many friends do you have?
Like outside of like significant other.
Whatever definition you want to use. Okay.
Okay.
That's it's a nebulous word topic, right?
I'd say truly probably like 4.
Okay.
And you said
Bear
how
with
long,
me,
right?
guys.
Or
Yeah.
longest. Let's say 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
I forgot the prompt. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's okay. I think that I'm gonna have to repeat the prompt over and over again. Then once we get to the actual prompt, then we're gonna talk about friendship for like 40 minutes, and then we're just gonna argue and yell about totally different things. That's usually how this goes, right?
True.
All right, sounds good. Millie.
Hi.
Hi. Don't talk to me like that.
How many friends? Different degree of friends, but I'd say I've got like at least under 10. I can't say exactly how many, but under 10, like closer to like 7, 8.
Okay.
The longest friendship. God. Been friends since what, like 15, 16, so well over 20 years. Like no, like 15, over 15 years. So it's been a while. But yeah, there are different levels of friendships. I consider my best friend to be the one that I'm married to. I mean, God, I would hope so, I want to be able to have fun with the person that I'm around every fucking single day. But also like there's new friends that come and go, and it's whether or not I feel like I can trust myself, be open with them, and be able to have a good time with them. I have a lot of acquaintances, but it definitely takes a lot for me to be able to feel comfortable and feel that I can trust that person to a degree with who I am. And I would expect that to be for anybody else. So yeah. Was there anything that I missed?
I don't know. I mean, if you guys you guys could also shout out your stuff. Like that's.
Oh well, yeah. I'm Miss Millie. I stream on Twitch. Friday nights I do meme debates where we just bullshit, talk about silly topics, and watch people flex their debate skills and dunk and meme on each other. So yeah, I've got another one coming up this Friday. It was great. We had a fantastic time last week. So be there.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Scumbag can attest to the last one.
All right. Scumbag, was the last meme debate fun?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like people had bias against me. I wasn't getting voted. I was the star of the show, to be fair. The funniest nigga, the best looking, the best debater. I got a friendship with Angel Dreams on Discord now, so things are looking up, you know.
All right.
Oh
well,
wait,
Scumbag,
oh! I gotta remember. We're answering. You derailed
the
me.
friend
Rez.
question. Yeah.
You derailed me. Now I forgot my
How many
answers.
friends do you have?
Oh, okay. So I probably have like 50 close friends, but only like 3 friends I actually hang with. Like, I actually hang with. So probably like 3 friends. But like,
Okay.
I'd say like most of the time my friendships. So the 3 people I'm like close with, I've known like my whole life. So
Okay.
probably 26 years.
All right. Fair. All right. You want to shout anything of your stuff out?
I love titties.
All right. Cool. Great. Smeth. How many friends do you have?
I have 538 friends, and they're all really, really close, and they all do anything for me at any moment. And I've
Talking
been
about
friends with.
minors on Snapchat.
Discounting that, I actually I have, I don't know. I would say probably like 50 people that I would probably say like I'm friendly with, but only like 3 people that I would consider like a real like friend. But like if you asked me about any of those 50 people, I'd say yeah, we're friends. It's like there are people that could be friends, but like I need to like have a lot of time and commitment with them to really consider that like a committed friendship, you know?
Okay.
Ride or die.
What's your longest standing friendship?
Probably about 15 years.
Okay. All right.
Real
good numbers.
Smeth on YouTube.
All right.
If you
Excellent.
subscribe to me, you will help me be able to be monetized. And I just need, I'm going to stop begging for subs as soon as I get to 1,000. So just get me the fuck up to 1,000 subs, real Smeth on YouTube. And I can shut up about it.
Is that like you have 538 subscribers right now?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't do that. I think it's actually, I think it's immoral to tell all your subs and stuff they're your friends.
Okay.
No, you should tell them. You should tell them so they can pocket watch you. Pogaroo.
Okay. All right. Next up, Earthly. How many friends do you have?
So as far as like what people would probably consider like the higher order definition of friend, like somebody that's like active in your life that you talk to and are like friendly with, like on a regular basis, probably somewhere between 20 and 30. As far as just like the definition I like of friend, which is just that like you and the person would call each other friend based on your own definitions of friendship. Which I think is different for a lot of people, and a lot of it kind of scales to like how sociable you are, like how many people you talk to generally, and like also like your status and like how much people like how high the bar is before you would like consider like a relationship like reciprocal enough that you would say they're a friend and not like somebody that's beneath you. And it is good to have people beneath you, but beside that, yeah, so I'd say about like 20 to 30-ish active friends and a few dozen people that are like I would call friends and they would call me friend, but like we don't like necessarily talk a lot.
All right. Excellent. Do you have things you want to shout out?
Martin,
I want to give
what's
an
going on?
anti-shout out to Darius IRL. Fuck Darius. He blew up our shit. Fuck you.
All right.
Come to New York anyways, though, bitch.
Are you in New York now?
No. I might move there in like 6 months.
Threatening people in a state you're not even in. What the fuck?
All right. Well, I'll answer this. How many friends do I have? I would consider friendship to be like one of the lowest bars of relationship that you can have. The only thing lower would be like acquaintance to me. So when it comes to friends, I don't think I could enumerate that because I think amicability is a part of what friendship is. I think after that, you have like kismet, where it's like the people that are very, very close to you, almost like that kind of like digi-destined like sort of shit, where it's like you mean to meet this person or at least you keep them that close. Even within that, I would say that I have a very large group of people that I regularly keep contact with, that I'm very close with, that I am comfortable sharing like the first layer of like my onion shell. When we get to the deepest layers of the onion shell, I have two. They're cats. They're named Loki and Emilio. They're my cats. They're the only ones I tell them my deepest, darkest secrets. Also, this really weird OnlyFans chick that I met like years ago. I tell her literally everything. It's weird. But like I don't know. I don't even think she's like a kismet, but I won't go deeper than that. But yeah, I love my cats. And this is our podcast. We make jokes, we fuck around. It's not like super serial or anything like that. But we can make it serial. We can argue about whatever. It's a free floor. I will go ahead and remind, just for anybody that hasn't done this before, we have a few things. It's $5. You can mute somebody for 5 minutes. $10. Everybody else cams down. That one person has to talk for 3 minutes, promo whatever the fuck they want, or answer a question from the chat. For $15, everybody cams down except 2 people. They argue about stuff. And then at the end of it, we don't really do anything with that. It's just fun. $25 you get kicked for an hour, and those are the promotionals things that we do. And I'm also going to bring in another person. We'll see whenever they are ready to go. But yeah, if anybody does want to join, feel free. Chai, thank you for the $5. I gotta pause the alerts and stuff. Scum, you are muted for 5 minutes. So Uzamark, all right, another one of our initial cast members. Uzamark, good afternoon, evening,
hey buddy,
wherever it is for you. How are you?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
I'm good. How many friends do you have?
Good question. Well, I suppose this discussion will try and nail down the definition of friendship, right? What
Not
a
at
friend
all.
actually
No,
is.
we're trying to beat each other.
Yeah, we're just yelling at each other. Yeah.
It depends, right? So I would probably use friend to encompass a large amount of people, I think. But if I were to ask myself, who is a true friend? How many true, real, like friends do I have? Probably, I'd say 3 or 4. What about you?
Well, I'm not answering. I already answered this, so we're going to keep going in. What's the longest standing friendship you've had?
So from when I was 12 to now, so that's maybe like 14 years.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. I think it's like one of the lower numbers of everybody here. Some people are much higher than that, but you know, we all grow at different rates and we're all different ages too, so that kind of changes things. All right. Excellent. So this is what twitch.tv, you do YouTube, right?
Yes.
It's at Uzamark.
That's right.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna add it to the cast thing. All right. So here's like, I guess we're gonna just like ask some questions about this. And again, feel free to interject when you want, yell over other people, do whatever.
Fuck
the
you.
First real question is, what is a friend? Right? Like, you know, like if the biggest depth, like what is it that somebody needs to do to make you consider them a friend? Go ahead.
Loyalty, trust. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. I want to know that if we're going to spend time with each other, that we're going to be able to have a good time and hang out and not just sit there awkwardly with each other the entire night or wherever the fuck we go. But yeah, those are some of the main keys that are looking for a friendship.
I think the most important element to go along with loyalty and trust would be honesty. Because I can think of people that I would like enjoy being around, have a good time, have shared interests with. But when I think about a real, true friend, it's one that I can be honest with. What do you guys think?
Well,
Yeah,
I think
some
that
of
goes
my-
with trust. That's the same as trust, because like someone you can be honest with is because you can trust them. So
Some of
trust
my
is-
realest
honesty
friends
is
said, like,
downstream
the
from
harshest
trust.
shit to me.
Honesty is downstream from trust. I don't know if I'd necessarily agree
agree.
with that.
Well,
don't think
I
I
want to
would.
be able to trust what you say. So if you're being honest with me, that would coincide with me being able to trust you.
Maybe, but I'm sure we can all think about situations in which we're with someone and we can be sure or like almost sure about what action they can take. You're trusting them in that situation, but you wouldn't necessarily be completely honest with them. I don't know.
Well, if someone that I trust. I trust people to be honest with them. I don't know. Like I can tell my girlfriend whatever insane thing I'm thinking about her, and I trust that she'll make space for whatever I have to say, and vice versa.
Can I
It's a
ask
war zone.
same thing is
No,
that you're willing to share?
No.
no,
Okay.
I guess none of us are Smeth's friend.
no. You're not my
Yeah.
girlfriend.
I am sorry.
Mhm.
It's been preordained for me and Smith to be friends.
Yeah. I think it's just trust, and we all have different things. Like we all have different values that we need to like. Some people will need someone they can have similar hobbies. Some people need this. For me, the only common thread is going to be someone you really trust and who you can trust and is committed to you in a certain way. It's like a layer of family.
Mhm. I think a true friend is somebody that I think can mark a pie plate at 200 yards with an AR-15 with 3 shots within 10 seconds. Because I need to know that I have somebody that's willing to kill for me to be like that deepest level of friend.
What if I just take a bullet for you? Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough. Okay,
Fuck.
I need no, because offense is the greatest defense. Okay, if
Most
you're
I can do is
constantly
send you an
fighting-
Instagram meme every day or so, maybe. Ugh.
Okay, well, Shepard, I mean, you're new here. How many friends do you have?
Me? Like close friends or like people I go to
It's
bars
fine.
with?
Just whatever you want to interpret the question as. Scumbag is unmuted.
Roughly, like off the top of my head, like 20, 30-ish.
Okay.
That was quite
That's
accurate
exactly
being off the
what I
top of your
said
head.
Specific
about-
number.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like a lot of those people are like my brother's friends, and we just kind of live together, so I know them, and we go to bars a lot and talk a lot. So
I wanna
'cause
ask a
me, it's
question.
like all of our friends plus like
yeah,
people
And,
in
like,
my
all of
real
our
life
friends.
and like longtime friends that
I'm,
like
like-
totaled up to 30.
I'm hesitant to call. This might sound bitchy. I'm like, besides like you, Issa, Trev, and like Gavin, and like a few other people, I'm hesitant to call like the rest of everyone else like my friends.
Wait, you don't consider
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's good to be hesitant.
Oh, I don't want to make this too
Scumbag
insular,
is
but I
muted
think
for
that like
5
you
more
should
minutes.
expand your definition a little bit.
Well, it's like they're definitely like
You
my
hit it
friends.
on the head. It's a definition you define. And
Yeah, it's
Jay, with as
boring.
much-
Let's get to
It
the
is.
conversation.
It is. It's fucking
But it's like,
horrible. It should
how
be
many people
destroyed.
would,
It's
like,
a
They're
label
actually,
pooping
that
on you
like-
right
people
now.
use to just validate yourselves
never
and
mind.
what you want out of people until it don't fit it, and then you discard them. It's an easy,
That's what friendship is.
easy
Yeah.
win ever. Great thing to do to be somebody's friend. You could test your boundaries. You don't gotta commit. You don't gotta do nothing all the way up until get them out of there. That's
mean,
basically
everything
what
is
a friend
economics.
is these days.
Well, that's what it's
But
been
for me,
always.
I got a value structure, and I think there is a healthy way to have friends. I spoke about this with Smeth. Me and Smeth are friends because we went through this and we spoke about it. And he knows that there's different levels of my value system that I need people to express before they can be my friends. Depending on how they express it, it expedites the time in which we achieve friendship. For me, I need my friends to value clarity, to show companionship, and to have some drive in their life. If you got those 3 things, and we move in tandem when it comes to those stuff, we could be friends. And all of those things also don't gotta be, circle jerk, think tank. I want to just give validation type of shit. You can like a rival is a companion, right? A rival could be a friend. Or somebody who values clarity might hide something for you for your health. Meanwhile, somebody might use it against you, to just get ahead and then say, "Oh, I'm just your friend. I just want to tell you." So there's a. You tell me how you interact with that word, son. But for me,
Friendship is
that's
just
still, like,
very like
economic.
see, I got
dependent on the
a lot of
person.
language surrounding it, huh?
Yeah, friendship can be described by each individual person, and it's going to mean something different to everyone. My term of friendship and what I require for someone to be my friend is going to be completely different than somebody else's. So it's really all dependent on what you
I think
find
that-
valuable in a friendship.
Can you communicate that though?
I just did earlier.
I think we can all agree though
but-
on not on what our friend is, but what shouldn't be our friend. Those are the places where you can probably find agreement. We can also probably disagree.
Yeah.
But like,
think the most
should we be
basic-
friends on here? Should we consider each other here friends? I don't think so. That's dangerous.
it depends.
I can definitely have
Absolutely.
online friends. I mean, to say like everybody here, like I just met like a bunch of y'all here now. Like, am I going to consider you guys as my friends? No, I'm not.
Right.
I don't
No.
know you.
What? Wait, are we not
think that
friends?
Well, I think that there's
Wait, Millie, what?
What?
What the
We're not
fuck?
friends.
To the ones I just met.
I think
like,
you're
oh
just
my
being
God.
kind of bitchy.
Really, I swear to God, yeah. All right. No, I
Millie,
think
you
that
showed me
there's
the
a
cow
difference
costume. What the
between internet
fuck?
friends, Shepard, I love you. There's a difference between internet
I'm
friends
gonna get
and
pissed
like
at this
real life
earthly
friends. But
guy.
even within internet
He's
friends, right?
so
Like I think you know, like for instance, somebody like Pickstart. Pickstart's somebody I've talked to for years upon years upon years. He's been like, you know, pseudo head mod and everything like that. I've spent probably more time talking to him than I have like people that I would consider real life friends. And I feel like very comfortable with him as a person. I think there's a closeness there. I've never met Earthly before. I would consider Earthly a friend. Like we've had like little blow ups that we've resolved and everything like that are, you know, like now it's like really chill. And yeah, I would consider Earthly a friend. I think that there was somebody that brought this up. Would an internet friend be like a real life friend if you were willing to meet up with them?
yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you're willing to.
I mean, what if you had a friend that you used to live like next door to them, and then they moved across the country? Do you still consider them your friend?
You should.
Like if you talk on Facebook, yeah, and
I
like
mean,
you still
if-
message each
if
other.
you're-
Unless
and,
y'all
like,
got
only
plans to come back
communication-
together.
If
I
your
don't
only
even- no,
communications
I
is
don't-
online, you know, through devices and shit, like, I mean,
What
you
if
would
you
still
have-
consider them friends,
What
right?
if you have social
All right.
anxiety and it's hard to make friends in person? So the easiest way to make friends is online.
And that's
And
completely
that's-
valid.
I
Having
think
friends
that
online is
Nah, that
is
ain't
very
valid. Nobody.
No, that's not valid because it's
not
valid,
valid.
but I think what you're actually experiencing then is you're experiencing a shallow version of friendship, and you're not allowing yourself to get the full package, and that's
Yeah.
the hard, sad truth.
I slightly
Friendship
agree.
is something that's. I feel like you should get an experience from someone, and then that gives you the ability to give them that label of friendship. You shouldn't like
Come
have
back and
friendship, and then
so
just
are
like
you saying someone that you've hung out with for like 2-3 plus years online isn't an actual friend until you meet it in person?
if they don't meet my value structures, no. And yeah, I do
Well,
need. I
if
need
you've hung
to
out
meet
with
What
them
if-
them
in
that
what if
much
they
and
do
you've
meet
talked
your
to them
that
that
out,
much,
Shy Bunny.
and
I will.
they've showed that they have that value structure that you have, but they're just online. That's the only way you're able to communicate because you guys live on opposite sides of the earth or country or state or wherever it may be. Kitty cat.
I
Like,
think-
if they've shown
I
that,
think
then
I do
can't you
agree
still consider
to an
them friends?
extent. I agree to an extent because for me, like I said, companionship is one for me, but you actually have to share the same space. And I guess you could look at online as sharing the same space, but if you never
Yeah,
just
if
like
if you find someone that has the same hobbies as you, same interests as you, and it holds the same values as you,
but
just
they will
because, like,
never
you
be
can't
able they will never be able to do the same thing to this extent of someone who they will be competing with in real life. So if I had a friend who I shared space with, like we actually wanted to
Sure.
go to another country or something, that would infringe on my other friends' friendship. Like it would be hard to maintain that friendship. through
there's
that.
pros and cons to both. You know, if you're someone that has high anxiety to interacting with someone in person, it's going to be a lot harder for you to make friends on
Yeah.
in person. But online, you're able to meet those people that are specifically interested in the hobbies that you like and values
Yeah.
and whatever it may be. But you're going to be limited by the time that you have. Your work schedules or your life schedules may not
I get
always
what
line
I
up.
get what you're saying, but for me it's so hard because if I'm a friend at that point, I will go the extra mile. So since I will
Sure,
always
I
go the extra
totally
mile, I can't
understand.
see what it would be like to try to be friends without ever thinking about meeting up or doing things together. And
Yeah, and I'm not against, you know, if you meet someone online and you feel that you've gotten to the point where you can trust them and you want to meet in person in a safe environment, then go for that. That's perfectly fine. But to say that you can't be with friends on somebody online is negating, I think, a lot of friendships out there.
It's just different
I
levels of friendship. Like so
Yeah.
there, like it's all about trust in my opinion. And it's different levels of intimacy. And on online, there's a lot more boundaries that you have set up between you and them, and there's things that they can't do. Where the most intimate relationships you have, there are the least number of boundaries. So, you know, people that you have sex with, people, you know, you put things in their butt and they touch you and they lick your nipple. Like those are people we have less boundaries with. And your friends, your closest friends, are the people that you have the least boundaries
No, that's
with,
somebody
like
you're
normal.
fucking.
Yes, people you're fucking, and
You,
then
you can still be friends
I
with people
kinda
that you have a
disagree.
romantic relationship with. Or
like I would
Oh,
say that the people,
I don't know if I agree
Okay.
with that.
the people
I
you're
don't know.
fucking,
I think
Wait,
the
what?
people.
that's a
Wait,
pretty.
How can you
Rezzivaer,
disagree
are
with
you
the
saying that
statement?
you can't be friends with someone that you have like a
I think
sexual
it's part. I
or
think it's
intimate relationship with?
no. I disagree with the fact that like there's like I think friendship is just kind of like another form of like an economic connection. It's just like like Evil Fossil said, it's like what do you value in a friendship? Certain people might not value like actual close intimacy. They might just value casual encounters. They might just value every now and then we go to a bar, we chat a bit, and then we go our separate ways.
That's a shallow. That's still. That's still. That's still.
You call that shallow, but that might be extremely
It's still
rewarding for
intimacy.
somebody.
Yeah,
It is
so
still
when we were
intimacy.
talking about,
Smart.
so if for example we're talking about like friends with benefits, I don't know if I would consider them truly friends, because as we spoke about, trust seems to be a very integral part of it, as well as for me personally, honesty. And I don't think with that kind of like dynamic going on, when there is something at stake, like fucking, my access to like either partner, they have a vested interest in.
But
Perhaps
there's
they
a
have a
difference
vested
between
interest
friends with
to maintain the.
benefits and
Hold on,
dating
hold on,
someone.
hold on. To maintain like that sexual access between the two, there's a vested interest in not being totally forthcoming all of the time.
Okay.
I think that means
But-
that you're having horrible sexual relationships and it's unhealthy.
Yeah, the friends with benefits is one thing. Like, I wouldn't consider a friends with benefits really truly a friend. But like, if you're in a romantic relationship with someone and it's sexual, like you can be friends with them, right?
Well,
like I
you
certainly
can,
can be best friends with my husband. I mean,
sure, but we have different words for these things for a reason, right? There's a reason why we differentiate. We have lover, romantic partner, and friend. It's because
I
sure,
honestly think that
a lot of the things that friends do is encompassed by the romantic partner, right? That relationship. But there's I think there's a difference there.
Can we reduce human relationships down to like single words to like calmly like describe something that's actually incredibly
yes, I think we should. And I think that's what I honestly want to push.
I mean, I think it's true for broad statements, but like even things like, you know, I think it's generally true that most people have different ways of like interacting with like, you know, their like lover or their best friend.
Yeah, okay, so all of that you just interjected when I was trying to create a framework where there's a sliding scale of spectrum of intimacy between no intimacy or people you don't know, or like objects like my phone. There's no intimate, like I'm close with my phone, but it's no intimate connection with a human being. You go to a bar with for like an hour every week. There's a level of intimacy, and then someone you have sex with, there's a high level of intimacy. Maybe you lie to each other or you don't say honest truths to each other because you want to maintain the sexual relationship. And there's still a high level of intimacy, but there's other vague areas where there's less intimacy, but there's still sliding scale of intimacy. And the people that you would call friends are going to be closer to the more intimate side.
I think
you can make it a stupid conversation as much as you want.
I was going to ask this question earlier. I think it's important. What differentiates a very close, intimate friend and a family member to you?
I think what I said earlier was I think that
intimate.
Like a very close friend. That's what I meant by that. So like when he was talking about the spectrum, right? I would just someone who's like on the furthest end of the spectrum, right? Like
I think
a really close friend.
So sometimes we have family members we're not close with.
Family, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just
right.
Yeah,
you can't choose your family, but you can certainly choose your friends.
Yeah, like
right. So wait. My question is like you might have a family member that you're not close with. Would you consider that person like equal, like that relationship you have between like that from you're not close with and like a not close friend, or are those two different?
It'll be less than a close friend.
Yeah,
I would say it's even greater.
Yeah, because you had all the opportunity, all the setup to be the best person for me.
If they family, it'll have to be a long running thing, or at least a lot of thoughts or time spent in your life where that person was like degraded or devalued from your perspective. Because they started off as a family member, like no matter what, if you grew up around them, you will be connected to them.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like being born as a friend. So
yeah, I call my best friend my brother. I choose him over like plenty of my extended family members.
And there's also
So
a
there's a
great amount of
bias there.
importance in like keeping a like family
Families
member
can
close
certainly
to you.
increase a bond that you have with someone, but whenever that bond gets broken, it can certainly increase that resentment that you have with someone. Whereas with a friend, you can choose to be friends with them or not, and you are the one that are capable, as well as the other person, are capable of determining when and how that friendship grows. With family members, we don't always get that.
Yeah, you can like kind of choose your
do
friends.
away with shut the fuck up. I'm gonna do away with some of the resentment that I can see growing with three of the people who came in here who I'd like to intro real quick. Issa.
Issa.
God damn it.
Just think about like the ice
The
machine.
animosity grows.
So, like you're working to McDonald's, it's your
You
first
just
week.
fucked
Somebody's like,
it.
"Why
So
is the
much
ice
worse
machine
now.
broken?" And
I'm
you're
way
like,
more mad now.
All right, great. How many friends do you have?
I would say that I probably have about like 20 friends.
Okay.
Of people who I can like hit up, just like text, and they'll hang out with me, right? Right now. And then I would say, and that's not including online friends. Online friends, it's a lot. It's a much bigger number. And then, in terms of like friends, I would say like 5 people maybe, who I think like know me in a way where like I can just say whatever the fuck I want, and I don't have to worry about being judged, and they've like known me through enough shit where they're like they like I don't even have to explain why I feel a certain way. They just like get it.
And what's your longest standing friendship?
I have a friend who I met when we were 4, and we're still friends. Well, I went to a K-12 school, so I have a lot of friends that I've known since I was like 4 or 5. But like friend in terms of like that higher degree, I have 1.
Okay.
Who's like that
All
one
right.
person.
Where can we find you if you want to be found or not?
I do not want to be found.
Excellent. Great. Shepard, how many friends do you have?
Like over like people on like Facebook and just like my encounters and people I know, probably a very high number because I moved around a lot and I still like talk to, and so like probably like intimately like people who live in my city right now, probably like 20 to 30 people I could like hang out with. But like if I had a car and I could like go around to different counties in the nearby area, probably closer to like 50, 60-ish.
Okay. Longest standing friendship. How long?
I mean, like, the same thing. Like, I have a bunch of friends who I met when I was still like, probably like 4 or 5, who I like, like I'm now going to like their graduation and like their wedding. One of my friends who I had since I was like 4 or 5 just got like married recently. So
How old are you?
I'm 22. Not uncommon in the South to get married very young. I've had 3
let me clarify
marriages.
then. So that for me, that's like 22 years.
Okay. All right. And you want to be found, and how?
Yeah. My Instagram is KRXVIG. Follow me on Instagram. I post mostly selfies now, but sometimes I post good photos. I usually don't.
That, so that way I
Sure.
can put it in the past thing. Thank you. All right. Small Peanut. How many friends do you have?
Like actual friends, I'd say like 4.
Okay.
So okay, I'll tell you the way I determine friendship first. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so friends. What? No, tell me, Rezzy. Tell me what I did wrong.
No, it's just you get nothing. You did nothing wrong. All right. It's just answer the question however you interpret it. Right.
Okay.
It's like that's it. Yeah.
So friends 4.
All right. And longest friendship.
8 years.
Okay. And do you want to be found?
Well, I'm everywhere. I'm Small Peanut everywhere. See me in chat. See me in Discords.
That's a dope name.
Thank you.
Excellent. Good. This is Smeth trying to make more friendships, right? And I guess like when was the last time? Next question. We're gonna move along. When was the last time that you made a new friend?
Not a long ass time. I'm gonna tell you that.
That's for everybody, not you specifically. But if
Are we
you
going
want
in a row, or are we just like yelling at our answers?
The past year.
Like a few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
A few months ago.
I mean, it depends on if we're talking like IRL or if we're talking online, you know? If we're talking IRL, then fucking zero.
I don't know. Should we define friendship for the millionth time?
That's literally the name of the cast, is defining friendship like 1,000 times over, bringing new people in, having other people cycle out, like things like that. You know,
I define friendship as
a lie.
When people don't define friendship, that's my definition of friendship.
Paste.
Wait, say that again.
When people don't define friendship, that's my definition of friendship.
Right. So are you not a friend of yourself then?
Well, okay,
like you know.
Well, like there's a trap that people fall into where they try to like quantify like their relationships and they try to make it into a it's like transactional, and like connection is like there's something beyond transactionality, I think.
Really? Could you describe that? Because I think all relationships to some degree are transactional.
They are all transactional. They are all transactional, and it's not like I ignore that 100%, but like there's sometimes it's just like this person I care about. It doesn't matter. At some point I'm going to have to make boundaries and cut them out of my life, but they can do horrible things to me and I'm just going to be there for them and because I care. And even if I get less out of it, it's just how I just have to, because they care.
I think having the mindset of them always being transactional can be weird. Like constantly thinking about your friends.
I mean, that's why the word is a problem. It wouldn't be a problem. It really wouldn't be a problem.
Having an understanding that it's transactional is one thing. Always thinking about a relationship being constantly transactional is another.
Like if you're thinking about, sorry.
If I'm like aware that every relationship I have, I'm giving and taking to someone on a degree, but if I'm constantly like, what can I get from this person? What can I give this person on a daily basis? Every interaction that I have, that's just kind of shit.
Well, it's like it's a question you ask yourself when you're determining if you want to like.
I got a question for you guys.
I need to know this real quick. All right. All relationships are transactional, right? You spend time with people for enjoyment, pleasure, whatever you want to call it. Time is a resource that we have. No matter what you're doing, any interaction you have with another human being is going to spend that resource. Therefore, that is the transaction. All relationships, all interactions we have with reality are transactional to begin with. It is kind of annoying, but like it's kind of all.
Nah, I don't agree.
I think it is.
You don't agree, but like it's so much like it would be so much easier to have like a really bad mediocre friendship if you're really rich, because like
what do you all right, so since we're talking about transactional, I do want to ask my question. I want to know, what do you bring your friend? Go.
So I think that the word transactional is like it's a little bit it's not the best word for it, right? It's more that like all relationships are a give and take, right? That's another like sort of like
okay, so what do you give?
No, but transactional is very like it's very like business coded and kind of like, you know, it feels like commercialized, right? But like obviously every relationship is a give and take, where if you have a friend who just takes, but like whenever you hit them up, they like never respond, right? Or they like if you need them, they're never there for you. Like they just take and never give, right? Then that's a friendship that eventually is gonna dissolve, right?
Well,
the English language in the Western world is generally
evil. Could I ask a question?
People, like, that you're like put tutelage towards, like, you know, you're at a better spot. And you don't necessarily need that. Like, you've already got like your whatever, but you do care about like another being or something. Like, I love my cats. They're not going to do shit for me, but like occasionally cuddle up to me.
No, but Rez, they do give to you, and that's the whole thing where it's like, and there are friendships there are dynamics you can have. Like, for example, like I've had friends who make less money or more money than me, right? And usually when I have a good relationship with a friend, what we see is that like if we go out to dinner or something, like if they make more money than me, they'll like cover for me. If I make more money than them, I'll cover, and then maybe they'll pay the tip, right? It's like that kind of thing where like there is that kind of like maybe you're giving more or whatever it is, but you're still getting something from it. Like, and with your cat, you're still getting something from it. Like
some people don't have as much to give.
Transactionality is more just like it's like a basic description. It's not like a negatively like coded thing.
So
that's why I feel like you're thinking about it.
Everybody liked my cat, right? Bones. Well, I'll let you know right now. If I fucking
flashing
die,
the camera.
I mean, I don't personally like your cat at all. I don't give a fuck about your cat.
My face off. All right.
I mean, she hasn't done shit for me. You know.
If I die next to my cat, she's gonna eat my goddamn face.
If you die and your cat didn't eat your face, what does that say about you, though? That you're just like putrid.
Probably says you don't wash your face enough.
Yeah,
that'd be cool if my cat ate my face.
What if your cat heard you say that?
She does, and she's still like, give me my temptations, give me my treats, give me my pets.
Dog, she's on your bed right now.
Honestly, I could get on the bandwagon.
I still want an answer to my question. What do you bring in friend? Because in this transactional like we understand that English nature, the English language and Western culture is transactional in its nature. I'm not going to say reality is transactional.
What do you bring your friend?
Well, like it's being.
No. I want to ask a question. I want to ask.
What about you?
You can only have questions asked.
This companionship is a good question. Next question: what do you bring to the friendship? Okay, let's go around. Chip, go.
I guess I'm loyal to a fault. Does anybody know the term 3 a.m. friend?
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
There's somebody that you can text at 3 a.m.
Like DM, like who convinces you to like.
He's the kind of friend you can text at 3 a.m. and hide a body with, basically.
Yeah, exactly. He's the guy who's like, send me all your like Uber locations and stuff, and like you find out he's been like following you there, and then like he tries to get into the apartment building you went into.
It's like that, but like less of a Jeffrey Dahmer version, but very similar.
God damn.
I kind of am skeptical of like.
I'm very loyal.
I don't know if I want to be your friend or anything.
Yeah, Earthly's a scary one.
What I bring to a relationship is I'm the kind of person that can protect you if Earthly's in your DMs.
Wait, okay, I was pressing you about this because you said you were gonna like follow these girls into their apartment building.
Give me later then if that's the situation.
I don't even have apartments in my town, dog.
What?
Well, lucky them.
Where do you
Have
live?
apartment.
Earthly, you're getting in trouble.
That's just a lie.
I'm out in the middle of nowhere.
So I'm talking to somebody that has like a gated community with his own township.
Yeah,
I get what he's saying. He's just trying to be edgy, but he's just saying he's a good guy.
Or flexing you, Earthly. That's what he's doing.
I like you, Earthly. You're funny.
Earthly, don't let them talk to you like this. I want
I'm
to
scared
let
of
somebody.
Next time I go into an apartment building,
this kind of disrespect to me. Okay.
Just know if you're going to be friends with
Transactionally, clap
Earthly,
back.
it's a risky business.
I work hotel security at the Hilton
At a bomb
India.
manufacturing company.
No, I work hotel security at the Hilton India. Okay.
How many
Is that
people do you follow
my
on?
Probably
job?
work
Is that
hotel
what you
security at the
bring?
Bates
What do you
Hotel.
bring, Earthly, to a friendship? Security.
I'm just very reclusive, but like when you bully me into like hanging out with you, I'm like funny. That's about it.
Yeah. Like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get compared to a cat a lot, like socially.
Isa, what do you bring to the friendship?
I think I'm very forgiving. I'm
Whoa.
like in a way where I'm like I'm not gonna like judge people hardcore. I'm pretty chill with most stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also I would say like I have a tendency to like really fuck myself over to go out of my way for people. Like financially or just like whatever it is. Like I will like totally fuck myself to like help you out.
So in a friendship, you're easy to take advantage of.
Yeah.
100%. Yes. And it's
These
like
are bad things.
it's like I should have better boundaries actually.
Boundaries are good to have with friendships.
But I don't.
honestly.
Like I currently like have like 6 people who owe me like very large amounts of money.
Let's make it 7.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's make it 8.
Nice.
Just send collections after these motherfuckers.
Actually,
Robert only says you're only saying that because you're
Should
one
we,
of those
like,
people
start
who
to do,
just
like,
paid me
okay,
back. So
consider actually like
Just I paid you back like a week ago.
Do you still
like
consider
5
these
days
people your
after I had your
friends?
money.
Like, even though it's like it may be it may be called like a toxic relationship, but would
Great
you still
question.
call
No,
them
it's
your
more
friends?
it's more the kind of thing where it's like if I trust you as a friend, right, then
Mm-hmm.
I will like absolutely go out of my way for you.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it take to lose that trust, though?
Yeah.
It takes, I could say, I've
Sounds
had
like a
one person
rickety
who I've
bridge.
lost that trust with, who I really considered a good friend, who put me in $4,000 of credit card debt that I had to pay off.
Jesus Christ.
But that's happened to me one time.
But like,
That's
at
even
what
lost
point?
on
At
the
what
bar.
point within the
In my life.
toxicity
Okay.
are you noticing? Does it take for it to be like, okay, like this
Well,
is no
see, and that's
longer
what
a
that's the
friendship?
issue, is that it's not toxic. Like when I'm talking about my relationship with my friends, I'm not talking about like, oh, this is a negative, this is like a personality trait that I need to work on. I'm saying that with my friends who are my true friends, who I trust and consider really well, right? The kind of friend that I am towards those people is that I will go out of my way to like, compromise myself a little bit to like do this for them.
Yeah. I'm not saying any like actual friends that you have currently. I'm just saying, at what point does it take you to realize that, okay, I'm giving all of my all, and they're just taking
You know what I bring to the
Yeah, I
friendship?
wouldn't want my
Moving
friends to
the
go out
next
of the way
part of
for
the
me.
question. All right, Evil Fossil, what do you bring to the friendship?
Yeah, so when I establish friendship, I communicate with my associates, who I probably would already have been associates, or comrades, who, my comrades might be like fans or followers or people I meet on the internet. When I establish a friendship, generally I do it on the same terms of any close relationship, even my sexual relationships, which is I need certain virtues expressed in people. These virtues are, righteousness, maybe, nurturing spirit, things like that. But it's hard for people to be able to track those things. For me, I use value structure. That's why I kept saying that I value clarity, companionship, and drive. And I communicate that. I have those 3 words as value structures to be able to communicate with my friend. Yo, here's the deal. You see, you can buy a level of my time, as you said, is transactional. This is like complete autonomy with my life. My fucking money, you can stab me in the back, bro. Let's go. There's a whole bunch of shit you can do. But as long as you value clarity, meaning you got enough self-awareness to know when you're being clear or when you obfuscating the truth from me, you need to be able to communicate with me. I can't stand people who don't even know when they lying. They can't be in my life. Then with companionship, like I said, a rival or maybe a coworker, somebody who I'm working with, I express companionship with them and whatever they're doing. It could be adversarial, it could be together, like my man Smeth. He's still a content creator. I still gotta compete with his ass, but he my friend. So I bring that kind of companionship and I share that knowledge with them. You need to move together to be companions and drive. Do something with your goddamn life. I'm doing something with mine. I always have been. I don't want to hear it. If you ain't doing nothing with your life and you don't have nothing that I could like work and add to you towards, then you just in the water, bro.
So support here.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay. Martin, what do you bring to the friendship?
I'm stupid. Okay.
True.
That's what I bring to every friendship.
Let's see. Hard to put into words. I think some of my good traits is being able to like bring clarity to people. Like when people have like a tough situation, a lot of people will come to me, even people I don't consider friends, to give them clarity on situations. And it's been a thing that's always happened throughout my life, especially as like a younger person compared to most of these people. So it's kind of like weird, but it's also, I feel like I have a good insight. Then coming back to what Evil was saying, rivals. I think rivals is something that people really do not fuck with in this day and age. They're like, if you're trying to go against me or if we're in the same like field, then we're enemies. And I feel like that's really stupid. When two people who can be against one another in an industry, like for example, at work, I have this dude I work with, not gonna drop his name because that's weird. But we both compete at work. We're both salesmen, so we both want to sell more than one another. And every day we come to work, we're like, fuck you, but it's in like, you know, a friendly way. Like, you know, trying to like become better than one another. Even with our shit situation at our store, we're still like, fuck you, I got the one customer for today, go fuck yourself, you know? And we both drive each other to become better every single day. And I feel like a lot of people, they see that type of shit. Like I have people at my work right now, and they see that rivalry, and they see it as like, dang, these two dudes hate each other. Like, why do they hate each other? I've had managers pull us to the side, and they're like, why do you guys hate each other? And it's like, no, we fucking love each other. We love that we work together because it makes us want to work harder. And some people don't get that, you know? Outside of that, you know, I think I'm just a sweet person to be around, you know, around sensitive situations. People go through things in their lives, and you need different friends for different situations. And I feel like I'm a good friend to have when shit hits the fan and you don't need someone to just like shit on your day even more. So I feel like that's what
you are light on the ice too. That's fair.
I am very pretty.
Billy, what do you bring to the friendship?
Level of empathy. Though I may not be like in your exact position or whatnot, but I'm gonna provide you that opportunity to say what you need to, or if you need a vent with whatever is going on in your day, and just be a listening ear, and provide you a level of honesty on the situation. If you come for advice, I'm going to tell you how it is, and I'm going to let you know what I think, but also just let you know this is my opinion. You don't have to do what I say. I have no expectations when it comes to if I give you advice, if you're going to follow it or not. You're your own person. I'm just going to give you an opportunity to be yourself, where I feel like I can also be myself as well. So, and whether that be we jest with one another, we joke, we act like goofballs, or we're just completely fucking serious all the time, like whatever kind of like interaction that we may have, I'm still gonna like provide that opportunity for you to be who you are, as well as providing an ear to listen to what you have to say.
All right. I'll say what I bring to a friendship: guns, occult knowledge, violence, honest criticism, and a hatred for the mundane. Scumbag, what do you bring to the friendship?
Oh, I don't know. If you're one of my friends, I consider you family. So there's probably not much I wouldn't do. But the thing is, I'm like Griffith from Berserk. You know, for me to consider you a friend, you have to be on my level or better than me.
Being Griffith is
son.
cringe.
I'm sorry,
That's
son.
cringe, bro.
Who is it? What's her name? I'm sorry. Doggone. I gotta eat. Out here, it's a little bit too amicable out here. The idea of this,
Yeah.
this idea of like, you know, you just finished saying that you make yourself vulnerable to your friends. That's what you're saying. Like you could, they
What?
like
They're my family.
Not you. I'm talking about doggone before she was talking about with friendships that she's somebody you could lean on, or like
Millie, not you talking
like
to
being
me?
able to, like that connecting shit. Yeah, like you putting
What
your
were you saying?
feelings too much.
It's
Nah,
the
not
other
you.
woman.
Yes, exactly. I'm just saying that whole idea, like that dynamic. I don't want you pushing your feelings on me. I don't want you pushing your vulnerability on me. And the friendship, I don't think that's necessary. And I
That's not
think
what
that
I'm
that
saying. I'm saying if you need someone to vent to, or if you need like an opportunity to like vent about like you're having a shitty fucking day, like I'm here to chit chat with you, and I'm not expecting you to do the same for me if that's not what you think friendship's about. But I'm offering that to other people. Like that's just
so
how
you're just
I fucking
enabling
feel.
them. You're just enabling them.
No,
for your own...
I just said earlier that I was willing to give advice and push back, and you may not always fucking like it, but I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Trauma dump now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like. Trauma.
I'm
dumping.
I don't think she's like
you're
that.
Just
I don't.
like your
That's not.
definition of like
That's not the
friendship is
impression
just
I'm
like
getting.
it just like lacks any form of like legitimate intimacy.
I think that it's
Which is,
actually
like, good for you, I guess. But
It's
I
not
love
compassionate
that.
to.
But
It's not.
really, like,
It's not compassionate to let. It's not compassionate to let someone trauma dump on you. I think the better thing to do is
No,
stop
and I
them.
don't let people
Is that
trauma
trauma?
dump on
Like
me.
you describe it,
Right.
like it's like really
No,
weird that
it's
you're
not-
like picking up on what she's saying and saying that it's trauma dumping, like having
I was
somebody like
teasing.
vent to you. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I'm saying that
He's not. I don't
maybe
think
for the
he is,
person
though.
who need the vent, maybe the person need the vent, but for you to say that you allow people to vent is like there's a like what. Why are you creating a situation for people in your future or in any situation who are trauma dumping? You understand what I'm saying?
It's
like you
not
got a
trauma
construct
dumping.
in your mind.
These words are
Maybe
so
I just like
cringe,
something
trauma
good
man.
about you.
If your
to
friend
let
is
people trauma
crying,
dump.
you want to be
Can
there
I get
for
a
your
trigger
friend that's
warning for the
crying.
trauma dumping that's happening in this chat about trauma dumping? It's kind of
That actually
triggering my
feels
trauma
like
dumping
a
trauma.
good stuff, yeah.
Melody,
Like if
come
my
here.
friend is crying, I want to be there for them. And that's
Saying
This
not
is
trauma
extremely
dumping.
Hell
toxic
yeah.
and
Just because I can
manipulative.
be empathetic towards somebody doesn't mean that I'm going to allow them to bring all their shit to the table. And
I
let me
think you need to
sniff
be
it.
more apathetic. All right,
Millie,
Miss
you're like
Millie?
gaslighting me right now.
I think no. I'm
Also
on team. I'm on
stonewalling
team
you.
Miss Millie
Yeah,
here.
like
She's.
actually.
I think Miss Millie is being gaslit right now.
100%.
This is we do
Samantha,
this.
I
We do
don't
this
think you
every
know
time
what
we
you're
do one of these.
talking about
Wait,
when
wait,
you
wait,
say that
wait.
word.
This is
Millie
literally one of the
always gets
point. No, shut up, Millie. I swear to God. One of the things about
you.
this podcast is very specifically we are here to gaslight Millie for several hours every other week. Okay, this is literally a part of what makes the Res TV podcast is gaslighting Millie.
Well, we're
I
not
mean,
trying to
she's being
gaslight Millie.
hysterical, so
No
I mean, I
way.
No,
understand
No,
that.
by
No, it's
saying
about
that
the
you're
gaslighting.
ungaslighting her though.
We gotta contradict each
We're
other.
not gaslighting her.
Better
We never
gaslighting
would.
that way.
We never would gaslight her, right, Millie?
Millie, you're not being gang stalked. It's like totally coincidence that like all those guys just like happen to be taking photos of
All
you.
those
It's
red
literally
blooded
all in
Chryslers
your
outside your
head.
house. Coincidence.
Oh God.
Wait, I got guys outside of my house taking pictures. Let me model first.
Yeah.
Get my
No,
first
it's not.
side.
It's actually not a thing. Like, don't like stop being annoying about it.
Oh, okay. I'm being annoying now. Cool.
Shepard, Shepard, what?
What the fuck?
Whoa, Shepard, what do you bring to the friendship?
Not shit.
I think I'm a deeply passionate person, almost to the point of being fanatical at many points in my life. And I think like a lot of my friends, like I'm not like that for like, well, actually no. I think even for like my people I'm like casually friends with, like even like just next door neighbor who I hung out with as a kid, and sometimes like we get drinks. Like I will like go to bat and do like literally everything I can for them. Like if there's like problems in their life, like I originally moved to this city to help one of my friends in a difficult time in his life, and I have gone much farther as well. And I think that's like something I bring to a lot of my relationships, family or friend, is like an extreme amount of like loyalty that I don't think is rivaled by many people I know. Even like even if that loyalty is kind of shattered, I think I will still kind of like come back like multiple times before like I eventually kind of like, you know, cut the connection fully and just like refuse to interact with someone. But I think that's probably like my number one best trait is like my dog-like loyalty.
Can you
I'd agree
both?
with that. Like
I'm also a
I'm
sweetheart.
glad you came back around because I got my Discord hacked and I lost you.
I know. I'm
And I
sorry.
missed
I
you.
missed you.
I
Yeah.
missed you.
You're like my third
You're like,
favorite bear
honestly,
daddy.
you're probably like one of the fastest like internet friends that I ever made. Like it was like I met you
knew
like
it.
20
I
minutes
knew it.
later. You know, it was like it
Yeah.
was
I
great.
knew this would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
Robert
it's
is kind of
perfect.
like the anti-Electro crisis.
Let's not shit on Electro. I love him.
I
too.
love Electro too.
I think Electro I fell in love with very quickly as well. Like
Yeah.
honestly, because he's just you just it's hard not to. Small Peanut, what do you bring to the friendship?
I'm very honest in the sense that like if you need somebody like to tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if it's being mean. Like I'm sorry, but like I call out my friends when they do dumbass shit. And I expect them to do the same for me. Like if you're doing some dumbass shit you shouldn't be doing, I'm gonna tell you. And I know that like can get me in trouble, but I don't care. Like I care and I don't care because I would like my friends to do the same shit to me. If I'm doing dumbass shit, they should be telling me you're doing dumbass shit. That's just I'm very, very honest.
All right.
Dope.
So being a bitch, fair. Smeth,
Yeah, I am a
basically.
bitch. I am a bitch.
All right. I'm gonna take the same perk in my character sheet as Small Peanut. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that most of you sound like horrible friends, and I would never wanna be friends with most of you except for Small Peanut and Miss Millie.
What do you have against guns and knives and God?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
What about guns and knives and God?
Yeah, that's what I'm bringing to friendship. You're saying I'm a terrible friend because I bring guns, knives, and God to it?
So you're a gun shop?
Yeah. You said no. Listen, you said that you would only ever trust your cat.
Resident Evil.
Agreed.
No, my deepest core of myself, like the deep secrets of like insecurities that exist within.
I'm not saying
my cat.
I'm not saying that you all are like despicable people.
Smith
Like,
is
I
not.
like
Are you
most
sure?
of you.
Why
I like
specifically wouldn't you
most
be
of
friends
you.
with us?
It is
like
very
most-
difficult.
I'm not gonna
to
go
be my
down
friend.
and like give everybody like a character breakdown of what what the flaws
Give
I
us
see in
ratings.
them, but
Give us
Well,
ratings.
you named the people you would be friends
But-
with, though.
okay, yeah, because I think that I don't know. I think that's more less like horrible, but I don't know. Like
Who's your favorite? Say your favorite right now.
my favorite right now is Miss Millie.
Dang, that took you a while to answer. Miss Millie, how do you feel about that?
I had to move my thing to remember what name of her she is.
I do want to say it does track that he only wants to be friends with like the white women. That like tracks from what I know about you, Smeth. Just
Well, that
But
makes
Smeth's
that
black.
you saying
Oh,
you
You're
saying
very
that.
loyal to them.
Listen,
I
no, hold on.
understand
You
that,
saying
get
you
it.
saying
No,
that
it-
brings you up a couple points.
It's okay.
Dr.
Smith.
Umar is not gonna be
It's
happy.
okay, Smith. I'm Hispanic, so you can take that as like
Oh,
your
okay,
one, like,
okay.
your token.
Well,
like,
I was also
yeah.
gonna
No,
say
I'm like
that
a
Martin
white
seems
woman.
like a cool guy too.
I'm like white as fuck. Sorry.
I would like to
Smart.
say that I'm the best. I'm the whitest here. I think we can have that.
I mean, I think you
I'll
and
have that
Earthly are
trophy.
competing.
Can we
but,
make a
like,
trophy?
Wait, Earthly, do you have blue eyes?
Yeah, who's the whitest? Who wants to compete to be the whitest person?
yeah.
I don't know if that's a badge
That seems
of honor.
appropriate.
I don't know if that's a badge of
Hey, wait,
honor.
Earthly, what's your ethnic ancestry look like?
BP for who's the whitest.
Mostly Scandinavian. There's some German, some other stuff.
Oh, some other stuff. What kind of other stuff?
I got
I'm in-
English.
I'm an
Irish,
FBA.
Polish,
I'm a
and
foundational
Hungarian.
Black African.
Black American.
Well, I mean, we know you're dating one, so.
ICE is not even an FBA. I literally brought the FBA into the relationship.
Well, I don't know. Isa was like pretty white up until like when y'all started dating. She became like, it's like the Grinch, 13 shades. I can't finish making that joke.
That's fair. We're gonna go to kick at midnight, and then you can. Uzmark, what do you bring to the friendship?
I think I bring different things to different relationships and different friendships. Like we spoke about how friendships are transactional, and each transaction you're dealing with different goods, right? I'd say when I think it's needed, I can be like extroverted. I can try and be the one who like is encouraging us to like go out, do something fun, go on a night out, that kind of thing. In other situations, perhaps I'll take a back seat and I'll be the person to be the voice of reason, maybe. In a general sense, I think I'm pretty hard to really piss off. I think I've got fairly strong skin. Like, I don't think there's much people can do to really genuinely get me aggravated. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna be that enjoys drama. Basically, I don't care.
What if I throw a brick at you? Would that upset you?
Probably, yeah.
What if I stole pieces of your car?
Oh no! Don't touch my car. That's my baby, man.
Okay, so it'd be easy.
No. Oh no, but if for example, like you did something by accident and you fucked my car up by accident, it was a genuine accident. I wouldn't hold that against you. I know some people would. Occasionally, people do find it quite hard to let grudges go, and I can. I would.
You
I
talk
wanna
about
explore that
friendship
a
like you're a
little more.
scientist.
Like,
Bill
me-
Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
when would you like hold somebody to like a kind of like, okay, like not like, because something could be a mistake, but someone should still be held responsible. So like, let's say like I'm driving your car and I like you know, like I'd get into like a fender bender or something.
Yeah.
Like I could understand that as being easily forgiven. But like, what if I did it when I was like drunk? Like
Then
a
you're
bad decision I
stupid.
made led me
Then-
to make a mistake.
Then you're
Sounds
like,
like a good
stupid.
time.
you think
I-
you should
Even
be
if it's
worse?
drunk
just a
driving?
regular, even
If
if it's
you were
just
my
a regular
close-
fender bender, like you should still pay for it as a friend.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying, but like, don't you think that you should like you should be like a little bit more like pissed off at someone if they like do something irresponsible, more
Yeah.
so irresponsible, rather than just
Yeah,
like
hold them
That's like
accountable.
Who
a
you?
alcoholic. Okay,
Who you?
I'm
No.
25 now.
Well, maybe
No,
what,
I'll say who I am.
Why?
I'm
Why
25
don't?
now. I'm gonna concur with Darby's friend. I'm 25, going on 26 now. I've been a raging alcoholic since I was like 20, and like the idea that I'd even be in a situation where like I have to drive a car after drinking alcohol is like you should just
Nah,
go
you don't never
enjoy-
gotta drive a
Here-
car. Walk.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What is the minimum threshold someone has to do to breach, to go beyond, for you to like cut that friendship off?
Yeah, like what's the
Lying.
deal breaker? I was actually thinking
Yeah.
that.
Me is lying.
But like the minimum one, because we can all obviously imagine something crazy, like I don't know, murdering your mother or something. But like the minimum,
Yeah.
the smallest thing someone can do for you to break that friendship.
If you get caught in a fucking lie, you're out. I'm sorry, I don't deal with
Really?
that
Just
shit.
a lie?
what?
Because the people that have lied
Does
to
it-
me are they're over big things.
I was gonna
Like-
say, does it depend
Right.
on the lie for you at all, or
You
If
have
it's
to
a
like.
white lie, like that's. But if it's a big lie where you're lying to me over something huge, that's a deal breaker. Because if I'm
What's
being
a
honest
big
with you,
lie?
And also, huge to what? Like huge to them or huge to you?
Oh, here's a lie. Here's a lie that could happen in a like say you're dating or something. This is just more so
that's what
extreme.
I was gonna say. If my friend
You're-
saw my man cheating and they didn't tell me, or like they lied to me and said your man, or you can say it's not, 'cause
Okay,
you
so no,
probably
I don't need to interrupt. Like, so I just
Everyone
thought of a good
lies.
one. So like, let's say like your partner says that they like when you like lick their nipple or something, but like they don't. And so
Oh,
like
that's
like no, like I need you to not
about
lie to me
friendship.
about that. You can't. So like yeah, but in your friendship, like let's say like your friend says that they like it when you do this with them, and it's like they actually hate it the whole time. It's like if you're not gonna be honest with me about stuff like that, how are we even connecting in any way?
But wait,
But
are you
this-
talking about licking your
For me
friend's
to lose a
nipples?
friend-
you have a critical
Clarification.
function
Are you
with the end of
joking?
that
I
that
can't
you added
tell.
on that kind of changes that, right? Which is that you have this critical function of doing it with the person. Do we not suffer like, things that we don't like if we enjoy the other person, or like something that we don't necessarily enjoy doing, we like doing because of the people that we're around?
Right. Like
No,
if,
I
for
think
example,
that-
you
I think
really
that's
loved.
whack.
Let me,
If, for
let me
example,
think
like
and
you-
I'll come back to my
I had a
face.
friend
Like, I wanna-
who kept me in his life, even though he didn't respect me at all, simply because nobody in his realm or intelligence ever would be able to hold a conversation with him. So every time I will have an intellectual conversation and value it above a friend on friendship level, he really only gave a shit about it because it was intellectual dialogue. That's some bullshit. And in certain circumstances, it's very hard to tell when values is that different, because you could be getting something from somebody that they don't value, that you value, but they don't want to express. And what happens when that changes in them, or when they want to live their life different, and then now you're like, where I'm gonna get my juice from, right?
I
In
wanna
that
ask- I
example,
wanna
doesn't
ask
he
Smeth-
explicitly value what you're providing for him? I'm confused. If you're saying
I
that he
wanna ask-
values the conversation that you give,
I want to
that you
ask
give.
Smeth. something.
Yeah, but he will keep that in his
What?
life past toxic means because you value it so
okay,
much.
okay,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
What do you want? What do you want?
I want to say, like, let's say, for example, you really enjoyed bowling, and you had a friend that you'd go bowling with, like, let's say for years, right? And then it one day comes out that actually your friend actually doesn't enjoy bowling at all. He was lying to you. The only reason he was going bowling with you is because he just enjoyed your company. He just wanted to spend time with you. Would that diminish or strengthen your love for that person?
That would dramatically diminish it, because that would
Diminish
ruin
it,
bowling
yeah.
for me, and that would ruin my ability. I would rather have friends with someone who say like up front, I hate bowling. I hate bowling. Like I hate that you like
Yeah.
bowling. I would rather they
I'd
just
rather
tell
do
me all that
something.
right up front, and we can know exactly how each other feels, and there's no lies, miscommunication. There's just true understanding, and then we can get to the real place. So maybe there's something we would enjoy way better than bowling together, and we never did it because this fucking asshole always said we wanted to fucking bowl. What the fuck?
Sure,
I
it's
mean,
not
hey, man,
ideal.
Yo, I wanted to answer that
can
question
also-
before.
Serious?
The minimum,
it's
the
really not
minimum.
that serious though. Like,
Yeah, but-
And it's not the
honestly,
lie.
Depends on what we
I know
went
it's
through.
not that
Both
serious.
of
It's
us.
not that
If they
serious.
spend their time,
No, I have
It's
to
not
moderate
that
this.
serious.
All right, Millie Fossil Shep, go.
What?
yeah, if someone's willing to, give their time because they know that you enjoy something so much, and they're willing to be like, hey, it may not be something that I absolutely love or really enjoy doing, but I'm willing to at least spend the time with you and see that you're happy doing something. Like, yeah, would I not appreciate that they didn't tell me sooner? Yeah, but it wouldn't diminish the relationship. Would it strengthen it? Not necessarily, but I'd be like, hey, you know what? Now that you finally told me, or now that I finally found out, like, let's figure out something we can do together that we'll both enjoy. Like, it's not going to diminish the relationship for me. But I'll certainly appreciate that they went out of their way to do something that I really loved.
All right, Fossil.
Yeah, I wanted to answer that question you were saying before. What's the minimum that somebody has to do for me to sever the friendship? And it may sound weird, but it's something I interact with. It's this mentality or this idea that I could do anything. So if I have like a friend who's like always trying to motivate me or tell me that I could do anything, or that it's just me, or like in any type of situation, I get that kind of like feedback from them, I gotta remove them, bro. I
Really?
feel like
So
that
if-
shit is toxic as fuck. Yeah.
So if they're trying to encourage you, they're like, bro, you're so fucking sick, man. Like, carry on. That would diminish
Yeah,
that
but
friendship for you?
yeah, because it's fake. It's just like showing up for bowling when you don't know how to bowl. Who are you to motivate me in my struggles?
Well,
Like,
I
do you have a
know
problem
it's
if it's,
a
like,
lie
fake gas
that
I
I
mean,
would
if you
say.
want a big shoulder to lean on or be like, yo, what can I do to show up for you? But like to motivate me doing what I want to do, or to tell me I can accomplish anything, science cap, bro. You just wasted my time.
On notice showing up for me, like if the person was like, I don't love bowling, but I know you do, so let's go anyway, that'd be dope. But if there's like, if the whole time they're always saying I love this, then it's like, just tell me you don't love it,
Tell
you
me
know?
the truth.
Not necessarily
Wait,
saying
but
that they
they-
love
wait,
it, but
wait.
like they just
No.
don't let it on that they hate it, and they just keep on like
Yeah,
you
those
have
are
it
all
in your.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they
Like,
hate
that's
it,
all
they
they
should be
hate.
doing
No,
it.
I
If
feel like
you're
that's
like,
different.
if you have a friend
I think
who's
that
like,
it's completely
if you're like,
different to
hey,
say that
I want to
they're
go to this
loving it.
thing, and they're like, oh, I don't like that, but like I'll go for you. Like I'll be like, I don't even know if I like want to go. Like I don't even know if we could do something else. Like,
Yeah.
is that just me? Like that's how I would
No,
react.
I think you're right.
Which is
Because
like
I
if
think
someone
it's
kind of like
circumstantially
maybe they don't like
developed.
love bowling, but like it's not their thing, right? But
Right.
like they're willing to do it for you. Like I think that's like a really sweet thing for a friend to do. Versus
Yeah.
if someone's like if a friend tells me I don't fuck with that, but like I guess I'll do that for you. Like that makes me feel
Yeah.
like okay, cool. Like I actually like don't want to do this anymore.
Circumstantially
It's
developed.
it's
Okay.
different
I've
because
learned-
if
I've-
someone's
I've had to
lying the
learn-
entire time and saying that they love bowling to your face and then they actually don't love it, or if someone is like, yeah, I don't really enjoy it, or they don't really say anything from
Yeah.
the get go.
I guess
if
like,
they're-
do they hate it? Do they hate it, or do they like just like not have a thing for it? Is I
They
guess
just
the-
let's say they
Because if they
don't
said
like.
that they loved it the entire time, then that's them just lying to your face. But if they never said anything from the get go, they're not lying to you.
No,
They're
I-
just,
the-
They're lying by
the-
omission if they truly hate it, though, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
kind
they
of
hate it.
situation
It's
I'm
the question is,
imagining.
do
I
they
think-
hate it?
The kind of situation.
Now, if they're just
the-
kind of mad to it, it's like whatever. Sorry,
Like if I had a friend who was like, and I know because I've had a few coworkers who've been like, "Hey, do you want to go to an escape room with me?" And I'm like, "No."
yeah,
Like,
it's
I
part
don't
of
know-
you
I'm
also
so
being a
sorry.
good
I'm
friend
I'm
and
just like not
asking
an
them.
escape room girl. Like no, and if I lied and I went, I feel like I wouldn't be able to hide how much I didn't want to be there.
Sure, you
yeah.
shouldn't.
So yeah,
I
I think it
but, like,
depends on
like,
how like intimate like you want to be with someone, which is why I think like this scenario is kind of circumstantial. The kind of person who's like this person's kind of like omitting details about themselves to just be around you. That's someone who like really wants to get close to you. Maybe not even like I would imagine this would probably be like
But
a
they're
romantic
failing.
thing. But like this is something where it's like, but it's not even. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a development that would have to happen here where it's like this person's trying to build like a relationship with you and they're doing it on your terms.
Right.
And
things
it's not
would
so
have to
much that
move
it's on
past
false.
bowling.
Yeah, and it's not so much that it's on false pretense that would ruin like bowling for you. It's that you would uncover that like you've been the person who's been kind of like leading this relationship rather than them leading it honestly. I can kind of understand why that would be a deal breaker because it's like, do you want to be friends with someone who has like who's so far contributed like let's say that this is like the number one thing they'll do to each other. This person hasn't contributed really anything to the friendship. They're letting you kind of drag them to whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But like I think a real friend is somebody who also kind of drags you to other places and new experiences.
They have their own interests and their own hobbies.
Their own
I'm not
boundaries.
the kind of person who's like, you know.
I hate to say this.
Like last weekend, I tried to take a girl I've been in love with for like months to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie in like New York, and like
yeah,
when
cool.
it didn't pan out,
I
I
hate
was
to, I hate to say
That's
this.
actually emotionally
That's breaking the
abusive.
fourth
She
wall.
did that. You need to like tell
Let
her off
Rez
about
talk.
Yeah, let
kind of
Rez.
emotional
Yo,
abuse,
I'm
but I'll let
talking.
Rez
it.
talk.
It was stonewalling.
Shut the fuck up. I think I'm one of those people. I love getting dragged around to places, to be honest. Like, I enjoy
Mhm.
most things that I don't often do, and getting dragged around to places just means that I'm doing new things. I get really bored doing the same shit all the time. Like, if I'm having somebody around me, I want them to bring me new things to figure out whether I like it or dislike it. I'll even like do things that I dislike because like I don't super hate it, right? Like I won't do bowling because that would bring back memories of like when my one friend got shot by my babysitter and died. But like I would
Trauma
absolutely
dumping.
like consider going bowling with like the rest of you. What do you mean trauma dumping?
What
just
the
happened.
hell, man? No,
No.
you can't just
Give
say
him
that just
space
happened.
for his
That was a
emotions.
trauma
Give him
shot, it
space
wasn't a
for his
dump.
emotions.
I
Don't
killed
shut-
my
Trauma
mother,
shot, yeah.
There's
killed my
nothing to be
Saying
ashamed of.
anything
Keep
that
continuing.
anything bad that happens in
You
your
just
life
know
is
it's a
instantly
trauma
trauma
No, it
dumping.
was the way
Rez,
he
Rez,
I hate these
Emotional
pseudo-psychological
abuse right
words.
now.
Rez,
Okay.
Rez, where you're allowed to
It's
have
okay.
feelings.
Hey,
Continue.
I like it because
Okay,
it was
it's okay.
suspenseful.
It's okay. You just owe us a trauma chaser afterwards.
What's a
Uzamark. Wait, is your name pronounced
I don't like
Uzamark?
chasers.
You
Dude,
don't
like,
owe
I
us
don't
to
like-
anything.
Uzmark? Okay.
Yes.
You're like being emotionally dismissive of how we feel right now
Find a way to chase that.
when we like are disagreeing with Rez's intense trauma dumping. Because like I
Wait,
got
let
really
Rez-
triggered.
Don't worry, I'm gonna
What?
love bomb you in a minute.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
You can love bomb me anytime, baby. I'm bad at flirting. Sorry.
Never mind. I'll wait till we're on kick.
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
That's a big dog.
That is a
Yeah,
big
that's a
dog.
cute
Oh shit.
dog.
Why did I think that was
That's
a
an
fursuit at
adorable
first?
dog.
Because you're a furry.
What's its name?
Wait, what kind of dog is that?
Meldy,
Meldy?
Bernie's mountain dog.
Oh, dude, that looks just
That's
like
an
fucking
adorable
mom's
dog.
dog, dude. The exact same.
I put a
Burmese
machete
Mountain
to her
Dog.
neck.
What?
Okay.
You what?
What?
Why?
Sorry, what?
Machete's his pet cat. It's okay.
Why? Why did you put a machete to the dog's neck? Be honest.
I'd say another thing that should also be like a deal
To be
breaker
inflammatory.
for relationships is going to be if someone's shit talking me behind my back. Like you're great friends with me to my face, but then you instantly start calling me a bitch and this, that, and the other thing, and you hate all the little things that I do. That if
Is
I
that
find that
how
out,
it works?
you are
Like, is that-
instantly not my friend.
That's
Is that
called
how
being
we
fake.
work?
No.
Female shit, man.
It's
They'll
called
be
being
friends.
fake.
It's called
True.
it's called being fake, being
True.
nice to my face and then shitting on me behind my back.
Really, is
We're
that
like-
why you're
we're
not
like
friends with
friends.
any of us
No.
anymore?
For like friends, not acquaintances, not acquaintances.
Yeah,
Like
the friends.
acquaintances, I'm okay with like because I also talk to acquaintances like a little bit like, oh my god, she was so annoying, or he,
Yeah.
whatever, right? But like if we're like friends, right? And then I find out that like something that we talked about, or like even just like something that like is a little bit more like dear to me, and I find out that
Personal
you're like
shit.
shit talking to like other people, or like critiquing even like my like personal stuff, not like, oh, should I post on the internet or like our stuff and like that kind of stuff, but like my personal shit, right? And then like nothing. Never mind.
There was there's like SpongeBob laugh. That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was good. That was good.
Do something,
Yeah.
in the video.
No, but yeah, like if I come to you and we're the best of friends when we're with each other, and I'm telling you all this stuff that I expect to be kept between us, or whatever it may be, like, and then instantly you're behind my back telling every single person that comes into earshot, talking how I'm such a cunt, I'm such a bitch, like I hate this person, I can't stand being around them, yet you spend time with me, like. Don't do that. If I find out you're doing that, I'm instantly going to drop you off the face of the earth and you're not going to mean shit to me anymore. Like, I won't put up with that shit.
Has that ever happened to you in real life?
That, it's also like
yes, it
like
happened to me.
Well, the
really?
thing is, like,
yeah.
Wait.
Yo, I went to high school. Of course, it happens in real life. What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, I went to high school, and
hold
these
on,
kind
hold
of
on.
like relationships, I don't know. I've never experienced them where someone's like literally like chatting shit behind your back 24/7.
Maybe you
just didn't know.
No one said
Then
that.
you just got too much of a thing.
Yeah, I feel like you'll get that if you stream long enough.
Maybe I just never
Millie,
knew.
what I'll say is that also like to like clarify that also, I think usually this happens where it's like, especially if you have an argument with a friend, right? Like if I have an argument with a close friend, and then the next thing I know, it's like you can vent to people that we're friends with, right?
Yeah.
And like you can vent away where like I'm venting and like but like that's the context of the situation. I'm venting about our specific fight versus I'm venting about our specific fight, and then now I'm gonna start sharing all this stuff that no one that like you weren't supposed to know because it's like, by the way, also I didn't like that she said this, whatever, right?
And then now all of a sudden it changes like the good shit, and then you twist it into something negative,
and
just
then you
to
start,
be able
like,
to shit on them
spiraling
more.
and like doing that, right? Then like that's a sign of like I'm like
I've got a question.
even like not even like I'm not even
when
like
you
gonna cut
notice
you
somebody
off,
else
but it's
is
like
doing
noted,
it,
you know, like
when
it's noted that like I'm not gonna
have
tell
you
you that
ever
much
had
anymore.
have you ever had anybody actually like come to you and start shitting on their friends to you, and you're the person being told all this stuff? That's an instant indicator of I don't want to be your friend.
That's why I think you sound trustworthy.
Process.
If I don't
other people tell them, like, if you're friends with me, right? Like you guys just said, I was trauma dumping. This is shit I've resolved. It's not really even trauma.
You were not.
We were not.
We were joking. You were not trauma dumping. Everybody was joking.
That wasn't me.
Everybody was memeing.
We were bullying.
The most inflammatory thing in this call has been whether online people can be friends or not. I think generally the room feels like a yes, but there are some no's lurking.
Wait, we talked about that?
People can be
We
friends.
talked about it, but we did not
people can be
resolve it.
friends. What do you mean?
I wanted to hear what Rez
What
had
about
to say.
me, who I do not believe that online people can be friends, but I do believe at a point you can become friends if you plan to meet online. So what does it say? Am I evil if I find out that my friend on the other side thinks that we're friends, but I need us to meet up, but this person made explicitly clear they don't want to meet me?
No, that's just your personal boundaries. You have your own personal boundaries, and if you feel the need to meet someone in person for them to be your friend, that's your personal boundary. If they think you're already friends just by being online with each other, that's up to them. You're
and if
more
I
than
dog
welcome.
them or abandon them as friends because I expressed my boundary and they were still clinging on to theirs, am I wrong? Like, let's say that I literally
I think you should be able to stop being friends with anybody for any reason.
If I exploited them for the purposes of my real friends, the people who really show up for me,
My
what
thing
happens
is,
then?
if you express a boundary and that person does not like respect it or doesn't kind of understand it, then you have the choice to cut off the friendship.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're
I won't be
exploiting
friends
someone,
with.
I wouldn't call that a friendship. So
I won't be friends with anyone that won't suck on my tongue, just like the Dalai Lama.
Based Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama.
It can happen.
I think that was based. Free Tibet.
How
I'm with
long?
Lady Gaga on
That's the
this one.
question. Like, how long does someone have to suck on your tongue?
For 20 minutes.
Just as a joke.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
as long as
enough for it to stop feeling like it's a thing at all. So it's just like it just feels like it's just the state of being.
20 minutes is not that long to suck on something. What are you?
Friendship is.
Are you kidding me?
On someone's tongue?
Okay.
Have you ever sucked your tongue out for 20 minutes?
Wait, were we talking? Wait, are we talking about tongues?
Yeah, we were specifically talking about tongues.
Like a late life.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, I have a question for Eve. I have a question.
It's fine. You can suck on that for 20 minutes.
No, even that though, that's a long time.
Hey,
like people have to meet up with
Who
you.
here has
How many
stuck their tongue out
times?
for 20 minutes?
Like,
Who's
is once
actually held their
enough?
tongue outside of their mouth for 20 minutes?
Depends on what that once is doing. So if we just met so that we could go to a hotel,
Everyone out here has to stick their tongue out for the next 20 minutes.
Nah, not really. But if we met up together to accomplish something together, like let's say we was a part of a mountaineer,
20 subs for Rez, I'll do it.
like some mountaineer forum, and we met up to go fucking do a mountain run, and we went and we climbed the mountain together. That would be my friend. So even though the time of
But
the
then
time
after that,
span Yeah.
After that, if you guys never met up again, they went back to Cambodia or whatever.
We would always need to still have the intent to meet up. The intent and being able to do it is different, right? I have to respect that. But if they explicitly make clear that we're never gonna meet up again, then it's obvious to me this will just dwindle away. So I will just take it as such.
Yeah, like as long as they're planning to or willing to, and maybe it just doesn't work up with the circumstance, would you consider them like a legit friend?
Yeah, but only until we meet up, and then afterwards, yeah, because they already proved the value of even expressing that want.
I kind of agree. Intent is very important.
With the IRL versus the online stuff, one thing I was going to ask, because most of my online friends, I just talk about online drama and stuff. Do you think an online friend starts to mold into like an actual legitimate friend whenever you actually start talking about personal stuff and like your real life?
Yeah.
No, I think it's a detriment. I don't know. I don't like this Discord rat shit. So
put their lives in the basket.
And online forums, the anonymity.
If you already like have like Discord friends and you feel like telling them about your like Discord drama is like a serious thing, you're probably already like way more into that realm than you are in like real life stuff. And like you can probably just tell them about real life stuff at that point. Worst case scenario, they think you're like lying that you even have those.
Yeah, exactly. You're saying it's low stakes. That's what I don't like. You don't. I need my friendships to actually have stakes in it. I don't want a low stakes friendship.
All right. So what if you're like one of the few people that have like their private docs and stuff, basically, like like all their personal information and shit like that. You just haven't met or don't know.
You're going up the serial killer vibe.
What's that?
I think there's like an acceptable new tier
Smeth,
of
stop
friendship that
projecting,
is
bro.
like that like exists because of like the internet, right? And because of internet communities, that's like it's something that's like hard to wrap your brain around, especially if you're like older than like fucking like 20, right? But like a lot of those people also are engaged in like these relationships where it's like you have IRLs, you have like IRL acquaintances, and then you have like potentially like quite intimate like this like other tier of like really high level internet friends, right? And like you might meet up with those people. It's okay to like let that be like a separate category though, and that doesn't mean they're not like real friends, right? Like it's okay to like create this new category of like a thing of like people, of like, but like it is important to also acknowledge that like at the end of the day, like because these people don't like in your day-to-day life, if you get into like a thing with them, like it will not affect anything for the most part, right? Or anything that's out of your control, right? Because you can always
saying friends have to have control over your life.
I would say that no, it's not friends have to have control of your life, but when you're talking about these different
your life,
these different tiers of friendship, right? There's something to be acknowledged about like if you have like these IRLs, right? If you get into a thing with like a bunch of your like close IRLs, right? The way that will like fundamentally probably affect your routine is very different than like your like internet friends, where at the end of the day, if you got into a thing with your internet friends and you were completely in the wrong, right? You can just do the Tyler the Creator thing and just close the fucking computer.
Yep, cut that shit off.
Just close your eyes. At the end of the day, you can just do that. Versus with your IRLs, it'll affect your day-to-day more so.
And that has value.
But we're going to introduce our next guest, somebody who I haven't seen in like 2 years. Marissa, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah. I mean, I just went on Twitch and it says I'm 19. I'm now 21. And I'm like, it's been a huge gap since I've been on here. But like, hi guys. I hope you're doing well.
Artificially lower age to get on the Bomb Diggity podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
God damn.
Right. Well, opening questions. How many friends do you have, Marissa?
Oh, fuck if I know. None.
Okay. All right. Based. And that answers the next question, which was how long is your longest friendship? You don't have any, so easy. We're talking about friendship. And just we're going through it. And we're getting I don't know if we're getting closer to what friendship is. I don't think
I got something to say.
But Go ahead, Smith.
Okay, I think that you guys saying that we can't be friends with people online. I think you're all just afraid of intimacy, and it's harder to be intimate with people online. It takes more effort, and there's easier to put up extra boundaries, but doesn't mean you can't do it. I met my girlfriend online. I met my girlfriend on Discord. You fucking.
I think
fucking
that's
betas.
hard disagree.
Yes, but why are you not assessing the difference that I made? The difference that I made between the intent to meet up and not. Like I'm saying that you.
Well, no, I think in this instance it's like kind of a stupid thing to. Well, no, I think like it's stupid for you even to like say that as a sticking point, because I think the real sticking point here is like you're kind of like hung up on this idea that like if you can tell like a girl you talk to about like some weird like furry fetish you have, or you want like a real doll that is like has like scales on it or something, and like real life relationships.
Is that from experience?
No,
how many friends are telling you about your
more
kinks?
vulnerability to have like internet relationships.
No. I'm saying
my friends are not
Is
telling
that
me about
your
their
friend
kinks.
after I
You can
told
be-
them
not
that
real
my
friends.
ex could
What
smear
the fuck
shit
is
I
on
think
my
about
guy?
guys I know that
trying
look
to
like
say?
Smeth, and I'm like, oh, I
I'm
know
trying to say-
like a lizard. And I'm
Is
like,
I have
Rod
no
still
idea what
my
you're.
friend
I have
after
no
told
idea
him
what he's trying to say that I'm trying to say. But I'm
What is
trying
Smith
to.
actually trying to say?
shit
I'm
on
trying
my
to say.
chest?
I'm trying to say that you can be intimate with people you meet online. I think it's just so much. There are so many artificial boundaries that already exist, so you can hide easier, and you can have these like really distant, like, oh, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of myself. But in real life, it's harder to hide. And
I
online,
don't
you
think
can
that
absolutely
anybody's
not.
disagreeing with that.
Right.
So why would you be scared?
I
Wait,
think
hold on,
in
wait,
many
wait, hold
ways
on,
it's
wait, can we back
easier
up?
to be
It sounds
open and
backwards.
intimate online.
I
Smith,
feel like
Smith,
I feel like
Yeah, but
that's-
yeah,
I
but
feel
yeah,
like
but yeah, but
I'd
what you're
be
saying
more
when you say
scared
it's
of
easier to be
intimacy.
open and intimate online, that you're saying that because you feel like you're protected because you can
Yeah, you can
disappear at a
always
moment's
run.
notice. You can disappear
That's
at a
all-
moment's
no,
notice,
Smith,
and that means
Smith,
they're
that is
actually
true.
not intimate.
But
That's
Smith,
not-
this
Wait,
is one
Smith,
of the
wait,
times
Smith,
your point,
wait,
bro.
can I just say something? Can I say something? Smith. I'm just like, I totally
I'm
agree with
actually
you.
no. You can't just say something. Don't say, "Can I just say something?" Just say something.
Okay.
Like I hate
You
it.
can say it.
I totally
literally
no.
that shit drives me batshit fucking insane.
Rez,
If
I
you
was
wanna
just
say,
trying to
"Can I
get everyone
something?"
to shut the
Just say
fuck
it.
up.
Hold on, you're doing it
okay.
now, Rez.
Rez, can I ask a question?
Rez,
We're
no,
talking
wait.
about
Can I say something?
Let her say it.
Please
Go ahead.
shut up. Anyway, Smith, I agree with you, right? To a certain extent, right? And like I'm not one to be like, oh well, like you can't find intimacy online. Like are you like I absolutely don't hold this position whatsoever. But I will say that like there is in terms of like especially with like you just have to accept that there is like a boundary there with like online intimacy.
What do you mean?
And
I met my girlfriend online, and then I flew out and saw her, and now I've seen her. I've flown out to see her twice.
But that doesn't. But bro,
I know, Smith.
when
That's
you're
not
strictly
friends
in a short
I
period of
met
time.
my
met with
boyfriend
her.
online, and
You
we have
met up.
flown out together and
Right.
seen each other many times.
Exactly.
I totally don't disagree.
What
with
about those who are just chronically online and don't ever meet up? Are they friends, bro?
I feel like
You
they're
never
more
know
likely to be
what's
friends.
happening on the other end, bro. You know, like I feel like it's backwards. If you think that you could be friends chronically online and never have the intent of meeting up or doing things together, then all you're really doing is just making a space for a friend in your brain, bro. You're not
Smith,
really.
do you
being
think that
friends,
after you met your girlfriend IRL, do you think that your relationship with her was the same as
No.
and the intensity of it was the
What-
same as when you were just on Discord before you guys met IRL?
No, but what I'm trying
No,
to
that's
say,
what I'm saying. Okay,
I'm
that's
saying no, but what I'm trying to say is the element that you're talking about that makes it less real is that you can disappear at a moment's notice. And I think that like people hold on to that, but if you don't hold on to that, then you can make more real friendships than if you are clinging to that.
Of
It's
course,
not-
that
it's not
requires
just
a
that,
certain
Smith.
level of like
No,
intimacy that I think
it's-
only exists within romantic relationships online.
Smith.
Like you're not going to give like your random Discord friends like your like full docs or anything, but you will to a romantic partner, right? Especially someone who you're
friends that have
and
shown
no.
stuff. You know.
Okay,
Smith,
but then
if you
you're
never
stupid
meet
and you
up
have really
online,
bad
most of the
access.
time when you
No.
meet up online,
That's actually
Smith,
like a dipshit.
I'm
move on
not
your
talking
part.
about like people I met like through streaming and stuff. I'm just talking like friends that I met online. Like I don't think that's
If you're
true. I don't
giving
think
your
I'm a
random
dipshit.
friends your docs, then you're stupid.
Why?
the
Like
docs
Why?
is the worst shit ever, bro.
Why?
You shouldn't give anyone your docs.
I mean, I think it's dumb.
Like
but
no, like
there's
when
so
I say
many people
give
that do it.
them
You don't give them like your fucking credit card information
right,
or
like
your social security
so
number.
what about like
that is literally mental. Like
So,
to go
yes.
ahead and put that as a barrier of separation.
Yeah.
Right?
No, like yeah, no, you should you should be protective of yourself. You should be protective of yourself. I have friends that I've sent stuff
my
to.
fucking heart out and eat
Matt,
my
you
fucking
never
food.
know.
I have friends that I've sent stuff to.
Internet relationship.
I
You never
have
know
friends
what's happening on the other side, bro.
So I have friends that I've
Also
sent
worth-
stuff to. Like so like this is like giving the docs is like is the equivalent or to a lesser degree of flying out to see someone. Like what I'm saying, like sending someone a package. It has my address on it, and I don't care because it's someone I trust and I've been friends with for like many years.
I've done that too.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand
Well, you
that.
could
That's
do
a little
that
bit
shit
different,
online,
yeah.
and then he gonna be a fucking African scammer,
Somebody
motherfucker.
wants to come to my house because they got my address, then be my guest. What are they gonna do? Send me packages? Whatever.
Murder you.
They could like
Oh,
block
Steal
you.
your credit card.
I recently
Your
sent
identity.
I'm just
Buy
saying,
a
so
car in
like
your
don't
name.
like talk as if no one like on this panel like understands like this like concept of like, oh, I like met somebody on the internet and then it became like because that's not the case.
Yeah,
And,
I
like-
recently sent something to a friend
Okay.
of mine, and they're online friends. They recently had their son pass away, and we made them a plaque in memorial for their friend. And we sent it to them, and I was like, "Yeah, I
You're
got
a
their
great
address. They got
internet.
mine.
I still gave me her
Okay,
credit card number.
that's fine.
You're a great internet.
Shut the fuck up.
Like,
All right. I want to hear from other people. Marissa and Uzmark want to talk, but first, Beckett.
What's up,
unmute
Beckett?
yourself.
Yeah, but
Beckett, how many friends do you have?
I don't know, like what, like real friends or general friends?
Whatever you want, however you want to answer the question. All right.
I
Like
have-
I'm not giving the question's definition, so you could freely expand your thoughts.
I don't know. I've probably got like 5 or 6 really real friends, and then I've probably got 20 or 30 general friends. I guess.
All right.
Much less than I did when I
Longest-
was in my 20s.
Okay. Longest standing relationship.
What, with another human being or with like an inanimate object? Okay.
What? What?
I'm
wait,
just
I
kidding.
didn't hear the
I'm
second
just
part.
kidding.
I said with a human being or
veteran
with like an
fleshlight.
inanimate
Inanimate.
object.
inanimate object.
Whatever
There we
you
go.
want to
Anonymous.
consider a friend, go ahead.
Fuck.
Like,
My longest standing relationship, I guess, is my oldest friend, and we've been mates for probably a decade and a half.
Is it an anime pillow?
No,
Bro.
no, I've never bought an anime.
He said
pillow.
inanimate object, so I mean, I was just asking.
Yeah, well, that could be anything. You know, these ideas of what an inanimate object is just, you know, I could be referring to a statue of some kind.
Are you
Maybe.
a friend with it though? Like, can you be Can you be friends with an inanimate object?
Yeah, they
Well,
don't
I mean,
respond back and won't talk shit.
I consider myself definitely friends with like a couple of like cliffsides. They're pretty.
Well, you can be friends with
I
pets,
agree with
right?
this notion.
Can you be friends
Yeah.
with ChatGTP?
You
You can be friends with pets, right? What about Pet
Yeah,
Rock?
you can be friends with chat.
So how
but
is you
shouldn't. That's
online
that's how
with
it
a
gains attention.
person not being friends with it? Like, it's a computer, bro. If you lost the computer and you never had access to the internet again, you lose your friend.
What if your
Okay.
friend dies?
Yeah,
But that's the same thing with
God.
internet friends. If you lost internet, you
Yeah.
won't have
Yeah,
internet.
that's what I mean. So aren't internet friends objects until proven different?
Are your
I mean,
friends
if
in
you-
I
coma
love
as
being called
objects?
an object.
If you
Are
were
you
hit by a
suggesting
car,
that until you're like
Oh, you're
physically
Marissa.
until you physically met up with an internet friend, it like collapses the waveform of friendship in some way? Like everyone
Terry
internet
Schiavo die
friends are
without
like
friends?
Schrodinger's cats of friends.
Did Terry Schiavo die without friends?
Who's
That
that?
person that
I don't know
goes
who that
Terry's
is.
in the coma. That's person in the
Well,
coma,
you're
right?
Terry Schiavo, raise your hand.
I
I
don't
know
know.
the
Just
name.
Repeat
They
the
were in a
question. I
coma,
did not
right?
hear it.
You're old.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Old man.
Never mind.
I'm 23, so I don't know if this person was born before, like I was alive.
I feel like
There's
nowadays.
just a lot of
when I
people
say
out there. I can't be
nowadays-
expected to know everyone. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There
I
are too
know.
many
Yeah, I
people on
don't
the
know
show.
every
Was
person.
the woman who like was
Vegetable.
brain dead, right, for like years, and there was this huge fight because
Oh, I
like
remember
her
this shit,
husband
yeah.
wanted to take her off like respirator and shit. Her family didn't, right? But like had no ability to communicate or anything like that. Did she die without friends?
If she had,
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
no.
Gotta ask her.
You're asking me a too hard of a question.
I mean, Helen Keller didn't have friends. We can all agree on that, right?
Don't think.
No,
you can
Helen
tell.
Keller was based. I disagree. I don't like the Helen Keller conspiracy. I think she was based and real.
She was a fraud, bro.
Of course
What do you mean? Helen Keller's not even real.
Wait,
No,
what?
she's 100.
No, she was Anne Sullivan's political puppet. We all
She's an
know it.
industry plant.
Oh my god.
I disagree.
Y'all
I
have
think
lost me, but okay.
We've lost the plot.
no, we're
I don't
letting
know who
TikTok
fucking Helen
conspiracy
Keller is.
theories take over.
Wait, Smeth, did you
Conspiracy
say
I know who Helen
Okay.
Keller is. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Name the other deaf and blind person that had a bunch of political views that their person that was caretaking with them had.
The pinball wizard from the fucking
Let it
musical
be pop-
Pinball
Well, then
Wizard.
that person was also a fraud.
Wait, actually, no,
Boom.
wait.
Didn't
Actually,
Elton
any
John
like
sing
person
that
who's
song
like
or
disabled
some
enough
shit?
to where they have to like rely on
Yeah.
someone to communicate, I feel like that person will just have all of like their caretaker's political views because it's going to be the person you spend the most time with.
Is your
makes-
caretaker really your friend if they're
Slurs,
translating
like-
everything?
Just translate everything you say to slurs and insults.
Yeah,
What
no,
the
like
fuck?
her caretaker was just feeding her like, I need you to be racist against certain people so we could get certain U.S. legislation passed in like the 1920s.
See, if it was that, you would think it was a conspiracy.
No, I still think it's a conspiracy. I don't
Wait,
think
so
that's
what's
like,
the
I think it was likely
conspiracy? That she was a
probably real.
woman? Like,
No,
I'm
that
confused
she
what
was
the
faking.
conspiracy-
She was
That
faking.
she was faking it. that
Faking
she-
for, I guess, maybe.
No,
That's
because
a long
okay,
time to fake.
it is. It's very hard to fake a deaf accent, and she has a deaf accent. Like you can tell, this girl doesn't exactly know
True,
how
she
to
couldn't just
sound.
YouTube
who
it
has
back
a
in the
deaf
day.
accent?
so-
Helen Keller?
Helen Keller.
No,
Helen
the
Keller.
conspiracy is that Anne Sullivan just ignored everything that Helen Keller was doing and was just saying whatever she wanted to say for the translation.
Okay, so if we found like a single person who could also communicate independently with Helen Keller and could confirm literally anything, wouldn't that disprove the entire theory?
Yeah, probably. I'm not going to look at that. It
No,
disproves my
because-
already established world belief.
Coco the Wonder Ape was also a
No,
conspiracy.
I'm just kidding. But no, I
For
haven't
the same
seen
reason.
That. That'd be interesting.
So there was an ape that knew like supposedly like knew like massive vocabulary of American Sign Language, and she could like communicate. She had like pet kittens, and she killed a couple of them, and they kept buying it for her. But only one woman was the woman that was translating, and nobody else ever saw it, and she was fucking lying. It was a whole fucking scam. Celebrities would
That
fly
I
out and
believe.
do
It's like
photo
Rachel
ops with this
Dolezal
girl.
thinks she's black, but she's not.
Wait, no, I like Rachel Dolezal. That's like that takes like a lot
How
of
did
balls
we
to
get there? I love Rachel Dolezal.
Shout out Nuka Zook.
Smith, you would.
do. No, because isn't Rachel okay? Is Rachel Dolezal not actually black?
No, she's a white woman.
I've seen
Like the-
pictures. She's black.
Yeah, no, she has dark skin.
No, she's a white woman.
I just with in her case, I just don't care. I mean,
Wait,
I'm
is
not
Does she have
black,
like a
but I'm
reverse
not black.
albinism? What are we talking about?
Is old Michael Jackson black? Is
Didn't
like
he have
you
a
know
skin
is he
disease
black?
though? He
Yeah,
had
Okay,
he's
wait, whoa, whoa,
old.
whoa.
You mean
What's
old
the
or
difference?
elderly Michael Jackson?
Like in his later years. Like is that guy white?
No.
No, he had a
So then
skin
what's the difference?
disease.
Okay, but okay, wait. So you can change skin color, or
Yes.
wait, you can't
Racial
change
now?
skin color if you like, you know, if you don't have a disease. But if you do have a disease, then like it's kind of
She
excused
doesn't
to
have a
change.
disease. I don't know what the fuck you think you're on. She doesn't have a
Well, he
disease.
has like no.
no,
Michael
no,
did have a
no, he
disease.
had
Michael
vitiligo.
Jackson, didn't he?
But no,
Yeah, that wasn't
Rachel
why he was
Dolezal
white, though,
doesn't.
right?
I didn't say that she did, but like even if she did some
Rachel
weird shit to her skin,
Rachel. So this is the Rachel Dolezal thing. Rachel Dolezal, right, was raised by white parents, right, and then she filed a fraudulent child abuse claim against them when she was like 17. Got adopted for a very short period by a black family. Then she was like black culturally, right, and then she started her whole shit. That's it, right?
Why you say
And then she
fraudulent?
married a black man, and she had black children, or not black children, mixed race children like myself, right? Gang. And then she kept doing this shit. But like she's not there's like there's no vitiligo, there's no like she actually is just like a fully a white woman. And the reason this came out was because her parents filed a
doxed her.
claim against her. Yes. when she filed a false hate crime report, right, with the police. She said she was a victim of a hate crime,
Damn, she should have shut the fuck up.
for being
she did a
black,
Jesse
and that's when her
Smollett.
parents finally, when she was
She
like
did a Jesse
36 years
Smollett.
old, were like, "Oh, actually,
Yeah, okay,
like
well,
she's
is
not
it,
black."
So if you
The
think
reverse
someone's black,
Jesse Smollett.
if you
That's
think
what I
someone's
just said,
black,
Jesse Smollett.
if you
It's
think
what
someone's
matters,
black
and
and you do a hate crime against them, but they're actually not black, is it not a hate crime anymore?
No, it's still a hate crime. It's still a hate crime because it's
Also-
intention. Intention.
Yeah.
But also, like, if somebody is like seen as black and is treated by most of society as black, and if most
The
of us
hate
would
crime
look at them
report
and
was
identify
fraudulent,
them as
Robert.
black-
It was not a real.
So basically, we're gonna go down
Black?
like transracialism rabbit hole. Basically,
I am actually.
I'm down for it. Let's go for it.
Wait a second, I googled it.
And,
Electro.
Welcome to the
Rezzi, I love you. I love
Hi,
you,
Care.
Rezzi.
I
want
googled
to
it.
come and
Michael
show my
Jackson
friendship
had
to you.
vitiligo. He did have
But I am too
vitiligo.
British for this.
Yeah, but that wasn't why he went like white skinned.
Didn't he get burned or something?
It was a bunch of stuff.
Engaging
He got burned a little bit, but most of it was just completely of choice, as far as I know.
Oh,
I could
No,
be wrong about
I
that.
do think he
I'm
had
not old enough to know.
Michael
significant
Jackson.
vitiligo.
Michael Jackson. But he has vitiligo. He had.
Yeah.
It was a
vitiligo.
combination of kind of everything.
No,
He
he had vitiligo.
I googled
Well,
it.
I know he had
on his
vitiligo.
autopsy- on his autopsy,
This is so good.
googling, did Michael Jackson have vitiligo?
But like,
Yeah, no, that's
I
not
haven't
something that
gotten,
you see on an autopsy report. He had vitiligo.
I haven't gotten like an answer on this though. Like,
Literally
why
said-
is Rachel Dolezal not black if she looks black and is treated by most?
All right,
people
so
as
so
black?
think about it this way, right? If my
Well, she's
grandfather
not treated by as black anymore.
Well, not
anymore,
because we,
anymore.
like,
If she
believe that
was.
she is born white, right?
Right, but if
Well,
my
basically,
grandfather
that would
hates
be
who
lying,
Japanese
so we wouldn't
people,
treat her as black 'cause we
you
wouldn't
can
know.
change
That's not
your
even fair.
race?
We wouldn't know.
Ooh, smart do
I
you?
want to hear what a
I
black
am
person
transracial.
thinks about it.
I
I
think-
genuinely do want to hear what the black guy has to say. 'Cause
right?
his
Okay.
opinion-
Imagine. Anyways, all right. So my grandfather, right? Let's say he hates Japanese people, right? A Korean guy moves
Based.
into town. He hates this guy because he thinks she's Japanese. That doesn't make this guy Japanese. He's just getting treated poorly because of my grandfather's terrible ideals. He doesn't get to like say I'm Japanese now because he's getting treated poorly. That's not how it works.
So I think what we're trying to get at is all of the things we use to identify someone as trans. You can use the exact same argument, just change out gender.
Why bring in trans people?
Wait,
Every
hold on.
time you talk about black people, bring in trans people.
Who's getting
It's
attacked?
It's actually so fucking annoying.
Wait, I'm not getting at that.
Hold on,
I'm
let me fucking
curious.
finish.
No.
I'm not even saying I'm advocating for this position, but this is the argument. You take out gender and you input
So
race.
fucking
Yeah, but
annoying.
from
And
who?
I'm trying
it's
to
actually,
distinguish.
like, it's like every time that you talk about black issues nowadays, then it's like, oh, we're talking about trans issues, and vice versa. It's just like actually like
They're
it doesn't-
separate.
They are separate, and you don't have to do that. It's actually like really rude and like annoying. Like you can have separate issues in society without without always conflating them. Like
I don't
and
think
like
transracialism is a
irritating.
black issue, is it? It's just
Yeah, it's
stupidity.
like actually it's just like
Well,
R
transracialism is
worded
not
when
a
I say
black
that,
issue
or-
because there are more races than just black. You know,
Well, it
there are
affects
other
black
people
people the
too.
most,
That's not a
so-
valid argument at all. That doesn't make.
Yeah, but
that
everybody
doesn't
wants to
track.
be black as the thing.
Even remotely.
But you're not
Because-
making an
you're
argument.
gender,
But you're not
and
even
black
you're not
or
even
white. What are
making
you
an
talking
argument.
about?
You're just saying if we talk about this, then we won't be talking about
No,
black
how are
issues.
they- how
That's
are
not
they-
even an
how-
argument.
Can you explain how what is the point of bringing up transgenderism when you're talking about this specific issue?
Because transgenderism,
Change the language.
no, because gender is a social construct, right? That's what we argue about. People on the left argue about gender is a social construct. Now, we can argue that we can change, right? Someone can change their gender, change that social construct.
Are you
Race
pivoting?
Is also, no, race is also a social construct.
Please pivot,
right?
because that bitch ain't black.
No.
So why
Please
can't we
pivot,
use the
that bitch ain't
same?
black.
Said he was black. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's like pivoting. I think he's just using like the rudimentary definitions of like. Race
I'm not
and
pivoting at
gender
all.
that you
I'm
tend to
making it's a
use when you're, like-
comparison.
I'm not pivoting at all.
I agree with your
Yeah.
comparison.
Well,
I agree with your
he's not
comparison.
pivoting.
I think his
I
comparison
Okay.
is
agree with
right.
the comparison, and I think it's kind of lazy.
Yeah, race is
Explain
absolutely not
why.
a social construct in the same way that gender is.
Sci-
Okay,
It's
okay,
like-
Sci-
whoa,
science
whoa,
research
hold
is
on,
an
hold on.
LA format.
I gotta say something. Like, race is more of a social construct than gender, because gender is it originally comes from our ideas of sex, and sex is way more real. There are absolutely two sexes. There are not races are way less real than sexes.
Absolutely born in America, and none of y'all motherfuckers are natural, powerful Americans.
Can we have a race realist versus sex realist debate?
Born in America too.
I'm born in America. All race realists, raise your
Fuck
hand right now.
Born in America.
I was born in the USA.
By way of Germany and Mexico, let's go.
So you
on Norway.
It's like a very weird compulsion that I've noticed. It's like anytime that you're talking about anytime that you're talking about these kinds of issues, then it's like this, like, oh, but you know, it's just the same as like segregation, and it's like why? What is this compulsion of like just like talking about gender issues in the way that you're talking about like segregation or racial issues? It's just like what is it in your heart that like makes you do this?
It's to understand. It's to understand the nature of these categories.
They're not the same.
I'm trying to understand.
Wrong.
Okay, but if it's true that they're not the same, if we explore this little like mind game, whatever, we should be able to enunciate why. We should be able to explain why they're not the same.
I think
so why do you think that they're similar?
Just, like,
aside from social construct, whatever the fuck that means, what is it? What is the social construct? Can you expand on it?
Because we say often in argument against like biological essentialism, when people say, "Oh, gender is defined by sex, right? By your dick or your pussy."
I don't think that's what that
gender
means, but go ahead.
Okay, but
so
you can use a different. Okay, no. You can use a different. You can use a different biological definition of gender.
Sex is defined by dick or pussy.
Yes, there are different. There are different definitions you can use to define sex, right? But they're rooted in biology. So, in argument against that, transgender people, in like transgender ideology, argue that gender, is a social construct. It's not rooted in biology at all. What defines gender is simply if someone identifies as a man or a woman. So that sexed male, if he identifies as a woman, that he is therefore a woman, right? So the same argument can be applied to race.
No, it can't.
That's the argument.
No.
That's right. You can't because it's a bad argument.
Because you already gave such a bad justification for like.
Well, I mean, you could just say things.
But it doesn't make them when you identify, you are given the construct to identify with by society. You don't have that for race, bro.
You're frozen visually.
Wait, say that again.
Visually, I'm frozen.
Wait,
I'm saying that you're granted the construct in order to be able to identify. Let's say you had a magnifying glass, right? As a construct, society made it, it gave it to you, and now you can identify what you are. This is gender. That's what we mean by gender as a social construct.
Yeah.
Wait. So it's a magnifying glass that you can look and identify what you are.
No, I'm just saying it's a construct as if a magnifying glass is a construct. I'm just saying socially we adhere to something together that's out there. It's there. If you stop talking about it, it will disappear. It's a part of society. It's something out there that we can get validation from for our gender. And gender,
everything can be applied to race. Everything you're saying can be applied to race too.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can. What? So race is just like it's a social construct. It's a magnifying glass to help us understand ourselves.
You talking about ethnicity, blah, blah, blah. Son. You talking about ethnicity, but race.
What's distinguish ethnicity and race then?
Race is based on where you're born and from.
So
what
like
people
I'm
you're
white, but my
haplogroups and
ethnicity
shit.
is like Polish, Hungarian, etc.
Well, that's ethnicity. Like if you're gonna talk about
my race is white.
Race versus ethnicity.
Ethnicity is a concept based on nationality or like basic like national groups, versus race is based on phenotypical groups based on that are like largely based on like the general areas that your genealogy is from.
Which these are not where you're
actually born.
Hold on. Race is real in that way, right? Where it's like certain people from certain areas look a certain way overall. That's obviously true. And if you say it's not true, then you're stupid.
But that's
right. Spatial difference.
But that construct of calling someone like black, right? From let's say like Obama. When we call Obama black, is he really black?
No, I disagree.
No, right? But black and white are psyop. Please don't use black.
But I'm going to use it for the sake of this discussion.
When them shits don't even exist,
Right.
Can we just like
First of all,
this
Obama?
is,
There's
this is
no,
really
there's
fucking
no black,
boring.
there's no black.
I'm so over this.
Obama.
There is
Is Obama not black? 'Cause that's why I voted for him. I'm actually confused. Right now.
Mitt Romney was
Obama's Hawaiian.
Obama.
Obama is the
Well,
first
if he's Hawaiian, that's cool,
mixed
'cause I love the rock.
president of the United
Hawaiian.
States.
He was
Let's
born in
go.
Honolulu.
Representation.
This is why none of you
can we
are
all join
friends.
hands?
Yeah,
True.
like Electro. How many friends do you have?
Right hand and left hand.
He's here. I don't
Hello,
know how
I'm
the
eating
friendship
dinner.
talk turned into this.
I think I
I have
called
no idea.
I think it's
Yeah,
because
no,
I brought
right?
up
We're talking about
Dolezal.
racial
I brought it-
Dolezal.
I brought up racial
It's,
Bro, it's Twitch.
I'm
Everything
pretty much
evolves
used
into
to almost
fucking
Can
right
you
into
just
the
let the
turn into
guy
everything other about
introduce
racial.
himself and we move on, please?
I actually
I'm
gotta
pretty
go.
used to that.
okay,
Bye bye.
you good, dear.
Bye.
Bye.
She's
Yeah, that's small
leaving.
peanut.
Yep.
Who what? Who
All
left?
right.
Small
Peanut.
peanut.
I am roused by this.
I'm aroused.
This is
Erect.
the construct.
Oh, hey,
The
like,
construct
oh.
concept. I mean,
Hard.
like, eventually, we're gonna just reduce this to everything that we do is a construct, right? So, like, we could just go there at the point where, like, literally nothing means fucking anything but fucking
Right.
essential, like, you know, science and basic atoms and shit. Like, we can always just get there. We can skip ahead that part of the conversation. I'm totally cool. We can run through it. That's fine. I don't know. I just don't really know how this applies to friendship. And
It doesn't.
This is
It's
an-
just
this
a
is an
massive
anime.
rabbit
We're
hole.
Just
we're
let
all
Jared
powered by
introduce
friendship.
himself.
I just let you know that, you know, in general online panels, son, no matter what you're talking about, you can always bring up Blackie to make a point, and that's generally what happens, sir. So people just make random points,
I saw that.
based on like racial discourse. No, not in saying that like it's just the way people be having arguments, and that's just what happens. So it turns into a race argument.
Can we get a show of hands?
Can
on
we
how
get
many
all
Also,
people
three?
are
I'm
like-
not.
back to
I'll
the
do
regular
for friendship.
combo?
For friendship, it said I'm not. I will never be friends with black people.
all right, back to it. Why?
Wait,
Why?
why?
Why? Why? I said why?
Yeah, why?
Because the
Wait,
black
no,
person
please,
Just
stole
give us a reason why,
$6,000 from her.
please.
That's a That's a banger.
We'll give you, everyone wants you
You're
to
in
give
the
a
corner.
reason.
You're in the
Never mind.
corner. You gotta find a way out. What's the response?
I was like, I did watch like the end, the something PD break up a
Arthur, do
fight
not
between
bail her
people,
out.
like a block.
Mm.
Never mind.
I
Yeah,
said,
said-
what
Earthly,
would you do
Earthly,
about
what's up? What's up? I'm curious now.
Oh, I watched like the police department of like a major U.S. city break up a fight not that far away from this like cool like gutter rooftop we were standing on. You know, you ever been like the sewage systems?
Oh yeah, that's where I got high first time. It's fun.
Great.
Great.
Rachel Dolezal, more like
Wait, was that
Dolezal.
that- was that the whole point?
Some stories, thank you.
All right, go back to the trans and black stuff. This is
No,
boring.
so my
Earthly baited
question
me.
is there anyone based off of any like beliefs that they have that you wouldn't be friends with them?
Yes, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, humans.
Like anyone who's like
Anyone who plays Genshin Impact.
Anybody that likes One Piece more than Naruto.
Yes.
Done.
anyone who's
what'd you
like
say?
actually like deeply homophobic, I don't think I would be friends with. Like
I
anyone
would.
who like deeply does not
You
believe.
don't think
that,
you
like,
could get past
Okay,
that?
but like outside of being like homophobic and racist and all the bad things that everybody can
Yeah.
agree on, is there
Those
anything
things
else that you
I'd
would
be
If they
friends with
don't
people
like
for
it-
those
if they
things.
don't like
Well, I feel
potato-
like
We know.
I feel like if
Steph.
you get past bigotry, it's just pedantic reasons. Like it's kind of silly.
We
well,
were
you
all
just-
we were all saying like silly little reasons earlier for a bunch of other questions. I'm just trying to move the fucking conversation along because everybody was
I would-
talking about race.
I would be friends with people that are like openly like bigoted because at least they're honest. That's
True.
like
I
that-
want friends with people who take damage and they eat and they win. That's all I want. So other everybody else is just whatever.
This man wants
I
to be
know
friends
that
with
Greg
Rocky
makes
Balboa.
sense.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be friends with people who play mobile games. Because Because that just gives me.
Yeah.
I don't play any
immediate
more.
You're right. That's the fucking worst.
So
You
if I
win.
play
Yeah.
solitary on my
That's the
phone, you're not
goddamn
gonna be
worst.
friends with me,
Yeah,
Shepard?
it'll follow.
You
Okay,
got
wait,
you
wait,
got games on your phone.
Solitary?
I
Or
would not be
Korean
friends with someone
MMOs.
who plays solitaire because that's like old people behavior. You have
What the
dementia.
fuck?
If
What
you're
if I play
playing
chess?
solitaire.
What if I play chess? What if I play Clue on my phone?
This is all dementia behavior. This is
I
like
think- I think what you're
Solitaire
Solitaire
chess is one thing. Solitaire is
I
like
have
the worst.
dementia, yet I play chess.
I think like
Make it
saying
make
that
sense.
you won't be friends with
Yeah.
someone that plays solitaire is like just like psychopath or like like lonely.
What games do you
lonely
play,
incel
Seth?
This is
behavior.
shit that old people do. Like that's the
How
thing.
is solitaire a
Like
psychopath?
I could just imagine that Millie has like a little bowl of like.
It's like
strawberry
going
and
into the
juice
shoe in
and
prison, but as a
I
card
have a
game.
bowl of what? I have a bowl of what?
You have like a bowl of like strawberry and caramel hard candies, and like you smell like dust and old people. Like when you said you play solitaire. Like,
why
I
don't you come over here and find out?
That sounded vaguely. All right.
He's so
Sorry.
Is that-
he's
was
so
that violent
visibly
or was
gay.
that-
Show up,
what is
He just
that?
stops. He's
Like,
in
he's
shock.
he's just way
in
too like
shock.
obviously gay for this
He is way
joke.
too gay for this.
Like,
I don't like when people
he's gonna like show up and like make
Okay,
your bed.
I got a question.
Yeah,
like,
make
so
my bed, Shepard.
men
Yep,
and women
Mom.
have different types of friendships. People talk about this all the time. People say that men have unhealthy relationships to friends, and women are much better at
think that's
having
true.
friendships. Topic.
I don't think that's
What?
true.
Question.
I don't know
It's not
about
true.
that.
Oh,
That is backwards. That is completely
Garrett-
That's a
Garrett
good
says it's
question.
false.
That's a good
You're lying a
question.
lot.
That's
Do
right.
men
You're
or
lying a
women
lot.
have better relationships? Who has the better relationship, men or women?
All right, here we go.
Just-
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm
I haven't spoken
fuck,
very
so-
much, so I'm gonna take the
In a
floor right here.
general
So
sense.
10 minutes ago, you dumb fuck.
shut
Someone
the fuck
shut
up.
this bisexual down.
Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna say the F word, and then they're not gonna like it on stream, and then everything's gonna get shut down.
Which
no.
one?
F-A-G.
No.
Hold on,
Fagio.
No.
Fagio. Fagio.
So here's the thing.
Oh no.
Electro,
He's
I'm
pulling an
sorry,
Anna.
but that is one way you can get kicked from the cast. I apologize.
I said I did.
Fucking make
I said
sense,
that.
bitch.
Can't even wait till
God
kick, bro.
damn.
Come on.
You got Anna.
Wait till
bro.
kick midnight. Okay. Yeah, you don't
God
make sense.
damn.
I don't give a shit. This shit happened in fucking Alexa's server, right? And then fucking Chud got banned. Fuck that shit. No, don't make those fucking threats. Don't make empty fucking threats. Literally, if you say something, say it like you fucking mean it.
Don't be a bitch about it.
That they don't mean for a fucking meme or some fucking like level of clout. Like that shit is disgusting.
So that's one way that
Yeah.
he doesn't like friends like that. There you
Yeah,
go.
I don't like friends like that. No.
Based.
Yeah, like I'm sorry.
Um,
Literally, the
If he was
only
really
thing
your
that
friend,
weird friends
Rez,
by
he
us
wouldn't
do
have made
are
that
the way
joke,
we
honestly.
communicate. I don't give a shit, Isa. You've been talking the whole fucking time. Okay, literally, other people are trying to get the fuck in, and you just like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna add 3 levels of nuance for no reason, right? And the same levels of nuance that you've did since the fucking beginning.
So anyway, back to the topic.
Add a fourth level of nuance, please.
Wait, actually, can we just get a show of hands of who here likes black people? Like, raise your hand if you like black
Why
Is
are
that really
we doing
necessary?
this?
I don't like people.
I do not like
Necessary?
Why are we here?
It's the worst.
Why are we talking about friends?
ugliest
so
shit.
I'm gonna point an earth fleet to shout out my.
So
Nothing
ally.
would be more
You
cringe
don't
than to
even-
raise
you
my
never
hand
knew
right
a
now, so
fucking
I'm
black
not.
person in your goddamn life, bro. Never
What little
seen
bitch
one,
has
you
to be
don't
like,
even know
I'm
what they
gonna raise
mean,
my
bro.
hand and show you I like people.
I
Like,
love. Look, I don't like black people. Okay, I love black people.
Oh my
Let's get
God.
it right.
all right. Look. Okay, we just know you
What
want to
do you
suck
love
cock.
about
Let's leave it at that. Let's
do
move
you
on.
love about-
Only
Period.
whites. I'm sorry.
What do you love about black people, Shepard?
They're cops. It's okay. You can just admit it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's skin color.
Can I get back to you in like 2 to 3 business days?
Yeah.
Bro was so adamant about
write
loving
a
them, but
letter.
can't even give an example. Bro.
Definitely
Wow.
is the whitest, son. You
Wow, the
definitely-
curtain has
you
been
got the
pulled
crown,
back,
bro. You do.
Shepard. We know who you really are.
I appreciate you, son. Write that letter, son.
That's me
2 to
when I
3
feel like the
business
one
days.
other guy who like I'm positive is gay in school, and I'm like, I know what you really are, dude. Please. I
But
just-
it turns out he was black
Son,
all along.
listen, if there's anybody on the planet, so I look, I got a lot of gay friends, I think. All right, but if there's one fucking human manifestation
back
in this
up.
world
Said
that I
Why-
had some
why-
kind
why
of
do you say I
animosity
think?
towards or ire,
Well,
is
have you met a gay person?
gay
They're
men
pretty
who
gay.
try to turn straight people. That gay men who try to turn straight people, or gay people who really hate women. Those people are the most abusive, worst people
Yes,
I've ever met.
yes. No, I agree 100%.
They are scum
Facts,
of the
facts.
planet, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
bro.
actually, gay men will be so predatory that like, and this isn't just like young gay men too. With the whole like, I think like on TikTok, I got like 80 comments on like a video of like people telling me to kill myself because I was like, it's really weird how like old gay men come onto this like app and then just like say the most deranged like sexual shit to like any like 18, 19-year-old twink like Zachary Wilmore or whoever. And like they'll be like, yeah, I just want to ravage the fuck out of this guy. You are 60, okay? Go take
This
your,
reminds
like,
me of
Viagra.
like I think it's like
so
Reddit or like 4chan or something. This like page that would like that intentionally tries to turn straight men into femboys just so they can fuck them. This gives me that vibes.
No, it is. And like
What?
we all recognize that men are being creepy.
Have you?
when they do
I
this to
can't remember
women.
exactly what it is, but I think it's on 4chan where
You
there's
don't
this
need to,
like.
tell us where it is. That's fine.
Well, you've never heard of
yeah,
it?
what's
Probably
the-
a
what's the
multiple
link?
different
It's on
places.
4chan.
Just
What
because
is it
it's
on?
there,
Exactly.
it could be everywhere. It's
It's on
always been a
LGBT.
thing. Yeah,
No, well, I'm
it's
just
all
saying this
over.
gives me like that vibes. Like it's,
No, it is.
It's nasty. Yeah.
It's like the same sexual predator shit is like when men try to like, you know, try to like game a girl up and try to like get into her pants through like that whole kind of like trickery of like, you know, getting her drunk, making her comfortable with him. Like it's like gay men will do that exact same thing, not only with like other gay men, but with like straight men, or like older gay men will do it with younger gay men or even just teenagers. It's like extremely disturbing, and I think we have let the. I'm trying to think of if I can say this or not. I don't think I can.
Probably
Don't say it.
should.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like.
All right.
But I think it's like a shame that it's not actually talked about. Like I feel like there should be some way of discussing that like the gay community is problematic when it comes to like predators, without like just then going like racing towards like homosexuals are like deviants and like they are like, well, you know. But
Well, I mean, like you could say
No,
that
I'm
about like any
Any
group
man.
community. That's the same thing as religions. All right, like
Nah, I
literally
don't know,
that-
son.
Like 100%.
I think it's a-
no.
I think it's
The
just like a
hedonism,
fair
the
thing.
hedonism for them
There are
go mad deep, bro.
predatories everywhere.
Yo, we could just keep
Okay,
going.
they're
I could keep going with
hyper-predatory,
these people.
and they probably do it a lot fucking more often, right? Like, you know, to begin with, when it comes to like
It
predation.
comes down to predatories are
Yeah.
everywhere. It's just some places that if you talk about the predatories in there, some places will resort to calling you a name so you can't have the opportunity to talk about it. They shield themselves. And there's a lot of places that do that.
Them, bro, we would obliterate all of them in the entirety. There's levels to this shit.
What do you mean
There's levels,
obliterate
bro.
them?
Obliterate who?
What are you talking about?
The predators?
Degenerates, people doing degenerate
Okay.
things and being predatory.
What's wrong?
On,
What's
Is
wrong
being
with
predatory-
hooking up with an 18-year-old?
I ain't talking about no 18-year-old. I'm
It's
talking
not
What are you
about
talking
it's
about?
like-
What?
manipulation.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I want to
Smith,
draw a
what are
line.
you-
I want to draw a line here between like so like there are clearly like predatory behaviors like where you're trying to like trick people and you're trying to entrap people and you know kind of lie to them and rizz them up like and but also I think that there shouldn't be like if you're being honest like and just saying like exactly what your goals and wants are like I don't someone that's 40 like can hook
Smith,
up on a dating app with an
you
18-year-old.
know
I mean
what's-
it's weird
you
but
know
like if
what's
it's just
don't
sex
ask,
I don't
don't
think it's
tell?
as bad as a relationship.
You know what's don't ask, don't tell, bro. You know what that is?
Yeah, everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
You should, really? All right. So, like, what do you mean that this kind of like there's no consent at a certain point at the level of like debauchery and sin that these hedonism, like,
Bro,
these
you need to
people are
explain,
going
man. Stop beating around the bush. If you got
What,
like just
don't
say
ask,
it
don't
straight.
tell?
Understand you,
Yeah,
fossil.
Yeah.
Can I
You
respond
said
to that
everybody
really quick?
knows that. I was assuming I shouldn't explain it. Well, anyway.
Well, clearly we
in the
understand different
gift-giving
things from that.
Maybe
in the
you've got a different
homosexual
understanding than everybody else
buck
here
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Because
in
we're not
the
understanding a single thing you're saying.
homosexual, I'm telling you right now, in the homosexual buck break back in
What?
motherfucking community, they give the gift of
Okay.
HIV, right? And they got levels to their parties that they be inviting people to, and they try to entice straight men or people who are on the border or who want protection into situations. And one of those situations and parties are advertised as don't ask, don't tell. Meaning when you go there, you don't ask and you don't tell whether you HIV positive. You just know that
Oh,
there's
shit.
a chance that you
Nobody
can
knew
get
what you
the
were
gift
saying when you said
go.
that.
No, nobody
Yeah,
had
that was
any
something
idea.
new, yeah.
That-
I thought
that
it
is
was like
not
the sailors
initially
in the
what
Navy
Nah,
said shit like
nigga,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about sin. I'm talking about hardcore gay sin, boy. I'm talking about these people who going around giving people HIV and AIDS, and it's a little thing, and they like bugging out over it, and they actually be trying to get people or a pool of people who's fresh.
Not gonna
babies,
lie,
bro.
not gonna lie, I have heard of this before, although I cannot say whether it's prevalent or not. I have heard of it before, though.
It's like a super
Thank
minor.
God one of
it's
us
a
has.
super minor kink in like the gay
Well,
community. Like
That
so
is
minor.
that,
that it's, like,
if that is
still
anybody who
damaging,
does
bro,
that
that's
is truly despicable.
yeah, no, it's
Anybody
just,
that anybody
It's
that
criminal.
gives you
Like,
a
it actually is
disease-
criminal.
Yes,
also,
anybody
if
that
you're,
gives
like,
you an
safe-
STD without telling you that they already had one prior can get locked up for that shit. It's criminal.
Yeah.
So if that's ever
Yeah.
happening, then if that's happened to you or you know it's happening to somebody else, fucking tell someone.
You should
that's
not be
how-
you should not be going to
But
like.
This is not an exclusive gay thing, also as well. This is not an exclusive gay thing.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah.
grooming.
Like this is not. This is not.
What
a-
is not? What is that's not?
But there's
grooming.
also-
This is
I
like
was
there's
straight
also-
men do this as well. Like, are
to
you actually
convince somebody
fucking
that it's
shitting me?
okay for me to give you AIDS. You don't know how much mental fuckery they must be doing to these people.
Convincing someone to give someone AIDS is grooming, but just giving it to them without telling them is not grooming.
Yeah, that's not.
Convincing
All
someone
right.
to
Yeah.
allow them
There
to
are
get
also
AIDS. Who's doing
bug
that?
chasers.
Yeah, if that happens, that's crazy. That's like convincing. If that, I'm sure someone has done that, and that's awful.
Yeah, but like that seems like one out of like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the normal.
This is
thing.
like a
No, that doesn't
homophobic
seem like
myth.
it does not seem like a normal
This
thing.
isn't
no.
happening as
No,
often
no.
as you think
In,
it is.
no, in fairness,
Bro,
there is. If you just
I
Google
just
right
seen
now,
documentary,
bug
okay?
bug
Watched it. We
chasing.
watched it
Who's
together. So.
trying to convince like this stream to search up for
Bug
gay
chasing is
porn right
different.
Bug
Bug chasing is different.
Bug chasing is like the opposite of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it also is like actually just like a kink, and like I think it's like also just like a weird sexual depravity. Like I don't think we should like count like these like weird like. Here's the thing: if you're like bug chasing, tough. But like if you're like actually engaging in sex like or safe sexual behavior, like this should not be happening to you. Like if you're a gay man and you're taking PrEP and you're making sure the people that you're sleeping with are like wearing condoms and you're making sure that you're like, you know, that you have your location shared with trusted friends and family, none of this should probabilistically happen to you. But I would like to respond to Smeth really, really quickly on like the why is it predatory for like a 40-year-old and like 18-year-old? It's not necessarily that any one-on-one case would be predatory, but if it's like a trend of behavior where like a 40-year-old is only going after 18-year-olds,
Yeah.
there's
okay.
like such a difference in like the emotional intelligence, how financially stable someone is. I don't know many 18-year-olds with full-time jobs and like houses and like, you know,
Well, hold on.
their life together. Most 40-year-olds I know.
Well, no, I think I honestly
18-year-olds are fucking idiots.
I could be convinced otherwise.
Taken advantage of.
I could be convinced
Not
otherwise,
necessarily
but
it's
I
bad
feel
at
like
start.
at the age at the age of consent, maybe it should be like a little higher, but when at the age of consent, I feel like if you're 40, like you should be able to just like I think engaging in like in a relationship, like a 40-year-old like having like even like a month-long relationship with an 18-year-old, that's like you're more damaging. But just a hookup is just sex. It's just
I think it's like
you know.
okay. I think it's like okay for that to happen. I think it's just a thing of like we should caution people to not do it, which is why I think I'm okay with stigma there, where it's like, you know, because it's if you're 18 and you're
If you
dating a
think-
40-year-old, it just you might be in like you might find yourself in a really
Probably.
bad position more often than not.
If
But I don't think
that's
it's
the
something that
case,
should be like outlawed or like prohibited or like you should be shunned for it. I just think that you should be warned. It should be cautioned, and we as a society should just caution people against it.
But
You're
why?
kind of a
Why
loser.
wouldn't you just advocate? Why wouldn't you just advocate for increasing the age of consent then? If there's potential for
because I-
abuse there, then finish. Okay, that's it. Fine. Just
Alright,
up the age of
okay.
consent.
Well, because it's like, should we really like prohibit any activity where there's like a possibility of like like a negative interaction? Like it's like the Cadbury eggs thing. Should we like ban every single thing in this country where like it just hurts a person because like someone's child like chokes on like a Lego or like someone skateboards down a ramp and then flies into a car? Should we ban every single possible thing where a knowledgeable adult could lead themselves into harm's way? No.
I don't like
think
this
we should use
argument because
conversation
I
of
believe
ethics.
it ignores
I think we should
moderation.
use social
Yeah.
systems to discourage people away from dangerous behavior. But if people want to engage in dangerous behavior
They're
and
going
they've
to
been
regardless.
cautioned, oh, that's fine. Like, we live in a free society, and I think people should have, if you're like 18, 19, even like at certain times like 17, and you decide that you want to do something dangerous and stupid.
So as a society, you should.
So you want to lower it?
Incentivize moderation.
He wants to lower the age of consent.
Well, to be fair to him, it's actually usually 16 in most states.
So this is
Yeah, in the UK
I
it's
just
16
meant
too.
I just meant dangerous behavior generally. Like if a 17.
Let Rezzy speak.
Yeah, like literally. So I'm gonna talk now. Basically, the thing is though, at what point does the state become responsible to these individuals to begin with, right? When it comes to bug chasing, like with Legos, you can make a cool little space cruiser or some shit like that. With skateboarding, you get to do sick fucking tricks. With bug chasing, where is the positive, like any positive benefit other than like fulfilling like some like I feel like
hedonism, son. It's hedonism.
It's
It's
people's like
hedonism.
freedom of sexual interaction, and I think that is something that is to be like
Son,
there
it's
has to be some
hedonism,
value
bro.
of like.
There's no value in the hedonism, bro. That shit just consumption, bro.
Cannibalism be a thing that
like hedonism
That shit
is
is
not
rat
hedonism is
utopia,
not
bro.
something that in this country that we regulate.
Yeah,
Wait,
like this is like
Like
the society
hedonism,
we
like
live
you
in
you might have a
is
personal issue with that, and like that's your fucking thing, right?
Can
But in
someone
this
can someone
country-
explain what bug chasing is? 'Cause
Bug
there's
chasing-
one-
bug chasing is like
trying to get
it's
STDs by fucking a lot of people.
Yeah,
Like literally trying to get them.
It's super
Oh,
fun.
okay, it's not
definitely
giving
should
it
be.
to someone; it's
no,
trying to get it.
Usually,
then
bug
also-
chasers
also-
want the money from the government or something like that too.
Yeah, and then also
Oh,
like
Really?
the term
Never heard of
the term sort of it initiates from like in like chicken pox parties essentially
Well, it
of
also-
like when that's where the term comes from of like when you would like if you know before we had like a good chicken pox vaccine.
Yeah,
Were
I
you,
mean,
like-
like if we look at it, it was like very directly used like during the Reagan years as a way to like target homosexuals and their sexual practices. That's where if we look at the prevalence in the modern day, that's where it comes from because Reagan hated gay people.
based.
It's not based.
No,
Oh,
it's
Prince.
yeah, that's not base.
Like what?
Oh, he literally
He
just
was
said
saying-
hating gay
he
people,
was saying
and you were
he
like,
was saying it was
based,
based because he brought factual information. The factual information.
I
is
was
based.
joking, but like
base
No, I
hating gay
think it's
people.
like-
Let's go.
I think that there's like definitely a level, but that level is like when something becomes like a widespread nuisance and it like starts to harm like an actual like greater amount of like society's productivity. Like why do we regulate alcohol and drugs, but we don't regulate if somebody can like bike down a hill? Even though like if you bike down a hill, there's like a pretty good chance that you'll get into a crash at some point and your like general productivity will go
I
down.
think it's the level of risk that is known to happen with
I think you
something,
just
right?
can't, son. I don't
So,
like this thinking.
The amount
I
of
don't like
the
this.
age of
No,
that activity.
get out of here. Ain't nobody
Okay,
able to
but
do
anyways.
that. That's like, why don't you enforce jaywalking? Because ain't nobody fucking there to do it, bro. Just because
I
we
mean,
got
they
the
do in some
logic and we
cities.
don't have the systems. But
They
why just do it somewhere?
I
For
disagree
what?
with Robert. Where
Anyways.
I don't think that like bug chasing is something that we can like endorse, right? But I think that it's
Yeah.
something that like it's ultimately like it's such a small section of the population, and also it's not something that exists exclusively within gay communities.
it would be
It's
impossible
not,
to
it's
regulate.
not.
Can we
Like,
can we
would
get
have
back
spend, like,
to the question of what was everybody saying that would be like an immediate like end the relationship? Like I like I just want to get back to the
If
original.
I
fucking
fuck, if I
topic.
fuck my friend and they
You
give
told
me an
you're a bug
STD,
chaser, I'm out. I don't care. Fuck
yeah.
that.
Oh my
If I
god.
fuck my friend and they give me an STD, we're out. I fuck like 3 of my friends. If any of them gets STD,
I said if I
you're on my
stole that
Dunzo
beanie,
list.
if I stole your beanie, would it be over for us?
Yes, low key. I would rather
None
you
of
see my
them-
hoodie
yeah.
before my beanie.
Damn.
But if you ask me for my for my hoodie or my beanie, I would give it to you.
I can't tell whether the cat likes that or not.
I said if
He
I
likes
Yeah,
it.
I'm
He
very
likes it.
confused.
I like the platonic friendships where you're like, hey, can I borrow your clothes? I'm like, yeah, for sure, dog.
Can I borrow your
adorable kitty.
used underwear?
If you really want to.
Bones.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want it.
Is that
but
the
it's
cat's
up to
name,
you.
Bones?
That's on you,
Yeah.
dog. I don't know.
That's adorable.
Impeccable, Riz.
I would say stealing for me is a big
Hey, 1 out of 1,000 isn't bad. Thanks.
one. To answer the question,
I
You
would
out of
say
control, Bones.
stealing
if our
like
values don't line up.
like if you steal from me materially, right? I would say that's a big
Yeah.
one.
like when I
Like
stole your
if I like
alcohol,
invite you into my
obviously.
home and you steal something from my house, 100%. And then Also, probably if you like lie about me to talking about other people in a way that's like past the line, right?
So like when I stole your alcohol in DC, I said, was that like crossing the line? Because I think I stole like 3 of your Red Bulls and like a lot of your vodka and tequila.
No, at least
okay,
he's
so now we'll talk
admitting
about that
it.
later. Now we'll talk about that later.
Oh, shippered
potentially-
you in for it.
See, I'm glad that on a friendship
I'm not gonna
podcast
hear
you're
about it.
destroying friendships.
Get
Friends
ready for
and money.
Yeah, get ready.
Yes.
You're gonna
Friends
get
and
that
money.
block.
Oh no,
Should
I'm
there
gonna
be
get
any
I'm gonna get to
expectations?
quit longer.
Should there
over
be
this,
any
okay?
expectations between friends and money?
No.
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 I've got a headache. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Wildin'. Yes.
Bye, Smith.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Later,
Smith.
Smith.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
All right. All right. That went about as good as I expected. It was chaos. On Friday at 12 a.m. EST, I believe. No, it's 12 a.m. PST. Let me check what time this is. 'm going to be 3 p.m. PST. I'm gonna be doing something with Will and his channel. Then at 8 p.m. EST on Friday, I'm going to be talking to Philly Illy about autogynephilia, a activist that talks about AGP. I have a headache, and I am done. Streaming for now. I'm gonna stop. Good night, Smeth heads.